So, red zone about to start the open. Fading Simeon down
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, this week's starting defensive lineup.
It is game time for the winningest college football program in the state of Indiana. It's the University of St. Francis Cougars on Redeemer Radio. Now, live to the stadium with the voice of the Cougars, Joe Parson, and the Redeemer Radio sports team.
Starting at linebacker, number 55, Sean Geary. Also at linebacker, number 52, Tremont Davis. Also at outside linebacker, number 2, Kahiki Allen. Starting at quarterback, number 37, Joseph Treaty. At cornerback, number 9, Tristan Neer. At free safety, number 6, Bradley Broussard. And starting at safety, number 3, Connor Bomstad. Starting defensive unit for the Missouri Baptist Spartans.
Cougars are coming in off a 9-3 campaign. That's one that garnered them an MSFA Mid-East League Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join Mike McCaffrey, the University of St. Francis Athletic Director, as he leads us in our pregame prayer.
Well, that's exactly right, Joe. We're excited to be here at Bishop John M. Darcy Stadium.
Let us pray. Loving Lord, we thank you for all that you have given us. The gift of this day, these athletes, coaches, officials, alums, and fans. Keep us all safe, free from harm and injury on this game day. Give us fair weather as you see fit. Help us to love and respect each other and ourselves. And in the words of St. Francis, enlighten the darkness of our minds and hearts. Give us a right faith, a firm hope, and a perfect charity, so that we may always and in all things act according to your holy will. Amen.
On the defensive side of the ball.
To remain standing and direct your attention to the south end zone flagpole as Fort Wayne owns Tom Whittier leads us in our national anthem.
Losing big ball to Southeast Missouri State 77-0. Spartans are expected to start some
can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red columns bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
Tom Video with our national anthem here at Bishop John M. Darcy Stadium. As I mentioned, at Missouri Baptist, a lot of freshmen, 14 starting tonight, both sides of the ball, including 9 on defense shot. And against Southeast Missouri, MBU did about 16 yards of total offense. So it's a learning experience that can be painful that first year.
That's true. Again, I don't really know a lot about this team, obviously, because they really haven't had that many snaps, obviously. So this really, for the Cougars, presents an opportunity to possibly get the win and see some young preps out on the field from the freshman class, because they had a great recruiting class this year, Joe. So we could see some really young talent out here for the Cougars, maybe even in second quarter or second half.
We will see how things go. Cougars Spartans season opener for USF. We'll be back with a preview of Cougar Football 2014. Coach Kevin Riley up next to join us upon our return. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Buying a new car has never been more fun. During the summer clearance event at Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. No payments for 90 days. The Dodge boys are making it happen with low down payments and low monthly payments. The new Chrysler 2 reaches
$238 down and $238 a month. With no payments for 90 days. The Jeep Cherokee Sport. $288 down and $288 per month. With no payments for 90 days. With payments like these, who wouldn't want to get a Dodge Boy deal? Trade in and trade up to a new sporty Dodge Start. $199 down and $199 per month. With no payments for 90 days. Nobody deals like the Dodge Boy. Just bring them any new deal on any new used vehicle and they'll beat it. Guaranteed. The true credit score rule your life. Then start a new one. The Dodge Boys will get you finance no matter what. Be a Dodge Boy believer. And go see them under the giant American flag on Coliseum during the summer clearance event at Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram or online at GlenbrookDodge.com.
The Cougars now for the 2014 season as we open up tonight under the lights with head coach Kevin Donnelly and taking a quick look back and just a brief look back to that team playoff loss a year ago to Cumberland's. And, Coach, coming out of that, you were confident. You had great defense led by Kyle Mathewson, led you in tackles a year ago. Corey Stamps is back offensively. You got 5 or 6 of your top receivers. And Antoine Campbell, hopefully a healthy Antoine Campbell. But coming out of that game and looking ahead to tonight, what are the things you felt good about and some of the points of emphasis that will hopefully be answered tonight?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I mean, a new year is a new year. Kids change. One thing I tell our coaches is one thing that's constant is ongoing change. It just happens. Kids graduate, new ones come in, you see who's going to lead, who's got experience, who's going to be looking ahead because they're graduating in December to a career. There's so many moving parts to this whole thing. I have been impressed with the attitude and the effort and the spirit that I've seen in 25 days of preseason camp, and that's grueling. And starting class, thank goodness we did that a week ago. And I think we'll be ready to play tonight. We do have some experience, got depth, I think. At the first level on defense, not as much at the second. Not as much experience, but I think we've got some athletes at the third level. Offensive line, I think we're pretty solid up there. Our receiving corps is very, very strong. We got 3 quarterbacks that we feel really good about. Wes Hunsucker, 5th-year senior, will get his start tonight. And then you want to see how Campbell and Harvey respond after major surgery.
17 seasons we've been doing this. Boy, time flies, doesn't it? And I know you look back, you've had some great players come through this program, great quarterbacks. And talking about quarterback, you mentioned Wes Hunsucker gets the start tonight, the senior, and so much revolves around the quarterback. What have you seen from him personally, maybe developmentally, and let you know that, hey, he's the guy, he's ready to go tonight?
Well, you don't know that until he goes. Tonight we'll find out. He does some things really well in practice. He knows the areas that he's got to improve. He is a very bright young man, and he's got to make quick decisions to get the ball. Sometimes you're so darn smart, you want to think too much, and then you have somebody breathing down your back. He's got to trust his decisions and cut it loose. He's got a great arm, good athlete, great person. So we'll hope he does well.
Against Missouri Baptist, a first-year program. I thought back to 1998 when we had a bunch of freshmen starting their first ball game. They started, I think, 9 freshmen on defense. They lost 77-0. But they've got obviously some talent. They brought in a lot of junior college and transfer students from D1 programs. Talk about what you see on film from the Spartans.
Well, you can't even put last week's game into the equation. I mean, Charlie Weiss is what you know about. That was obviously they must have got a nice fat check for that. But they're not your typical first-year program. It's a school of 6,000 students. They obviously do things right. You can tell that the athletes, they're young, but they've got some folks. They've got size, they've got strength, they've got speed, they've got a good running back, a very athletic quarterback. Got some receivers that pass you. Defensively, they're big. We've got some good people at the second level. Again, you're doing all freshmen in the secondary, you're suspect. But you don't see many 6'2" corners around. They've got some. So I think they're going to be a real pain down the road. Hopefully they haven't found themselves by 7 o'clock today.
Great to see you again. Best of luck this season.
Thanks, Joe.
Head coach Kevin Donnelly with his take on the matchup here tonight at Darcy Stadium under the lights as we're just about 5 minutes away from the meeting at midfield. The coin toss. The judge, Phil Houck, will be joining us down on the field. We'll be back with more of our pregame presentation. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Let's face it, we're all pressed for time. So, would you like the convenience of being able to do your banking on your schedule?
Yep.
Fort Financial Credit Union, you can. Saturday and even Sunday hours are offered at all area Meyer store branches. Online bill pay and mobile banking are available 24/7. And now there's even more convenience with our new branch on DuPont Road. Right now, the Fort is offering auto loan rates starting as low as 1.99% APR. And we'll even defer your first payment for up to 90 days. Stop by any of our area branches to find out more. My future, my family, my Fort.
This is Jason Shipley, principal of Bishop Bringer High School. Students enter our school as children and emerge as adults, prepared to go out into the world with the tools necessary to become citizens of two worlds. Our enriched curriculum focuses on academics, service to the community, and participation in extracurricular activities, all while building on the foundation of our Catholic faith. Tuffy, our saintly mascot, reminds us that we are all called to be saints. Call us at 260-496-4700 or visit us online at bishopbringer.com to find out how you can become a Dwenger Saint.
83 degrees under partly cloudy skies here at Darcy Stadium. The sun was peeking through a little bit over our back shoulders out of the west. Southwest winds about 8 miles an hour. Feels like, Sean, 87 degrees, a little bit warmer up here in the press box. It's the sauna.
Yeah, there's a lot of hot air brewing up here in the press box, Joe. But, yeah, that's exactly right. But I tell you, we're excited. The teams are getting ready to take the field. The officials are out there. And pretty soon we're going to be able to go down to the sidelines with Judge Phil Houck and listen in on the coin toss and whatnot.
Referee tonight is Brandon Bushy, and he will be bringing the co-captains out here momentarily at midfield.
Check 1, 2.
There is actually one other game going on tonight in the MSFA, and that has Quincy on the road. They're at Lindenwood Belleville. Of course, a full slate of games coming up on Saturday. William Penn will see them the next home game here on the 13th at Darcy Stadium. They're taking on Taylor. I should say they're taking on the University of South Dakota on Saturday. Taylor's on the road Saturday at Anderson. And, of course, a big game everybody will be watching. Marion hosting St. Xavier on Saturday. I believe that's a night game as well. Other matchups, Robert Morris at University of Wisconsin, Oshkosh, Bogdash, and Siena Heights at the Union, to name a couple. Let's go down as our referee is going to be having the introductions, and we'll bring in the Judge Phil Houck.
Guys, let's have a good one, all right? Help us out. If you got any questions, talk to us, okay? Who's my speaking captain? Right here? That's a heads. That's a tails. What's the call going to be? Tails is the call.
I hear tails.
Tails, you've won. What would you like to do? Defer. You want to defer. You want to receive, right? Yeah.
Okay, well, I saw it, or heard it, that USF lost the toss, so they will receive the ball to start the first half of the game because the Spartans decided to defer. It's no secret that it's hot down here on the field. We have 82 degrees, but the good news is we had a night game and the temperature has already dropped about 3 or 4 degrees in the last hour, and we expect and hope that that trend will continue. Very little wind out here as well. Winds out of the south at about 5 miles an hour. I never get tired of being in the locker room before the games, gentlemen. Always an emotional scene, particularly before the first game. And Kevin back to some of his typical old themes that we've heard for many years now. And one is short-term memory. Good things and bad things are going to happen in this game, but you got to be ready to play the next play, so forget about them. And second of all, he said you play tonight with Cougar class, and that's always very important. Expect a lot of players to be in and out of this ball game tonight because of the weather conditions. And Kevin Donnelly's last thing that he emphasized was have fun. And let's also have fun starting our 17th year on the air and back to the guy who has called every single Cougar game in history, Joe Parson.
Phil, how great to have you back with us. We'll be back with opening kickoff and opening night. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Let us pray. As we gather in your name, O Lord, there are so many things for which we are grateful, for you have created us in your image and likeness, and you have filled us with gifts and talents and abilities. We thank you for the gifts that you have bestowed upon these athletes, their coaches, their parents, and their supporters. We ask you to bless this contest in which we show forth the beauty of creation by using our talents wisely. Help us always to use them for your greater honor and glory in a spirit of fairness and competition, so that this game may truly be a way of bringing to the world an awareness of you who are Lord forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Strap in and turn up the radio for hard-hitting, high-scoring USF Cougar football. Coach Kevin Donnelly joins Joe Parson and the Redeemer Radio sports team for one of the great traditions in Fort Wayne sports as we count down to the kickoff on Redeemer.
Welcome back, everybody. It's just in time. Missouri Baptist ready to tee it up, and they'll kick it away from left to right. Cougars will return out of the south end zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear this game, it's thanks to our communication sponsor, Dr. Todd and Mary Briscoe and Briscoe Family Dentistry. Their financial support helps make this Redeemer Radio Sports broadcast possible. If you need emergency dental care, call 486-9950.
Cody Appenzeller is back there on return. They have crumbled ball, actually a bobbling ball that came back to the 5, but a good return out across the 25 to the right side up around the 30. There is a penalty flag on the field, so right away, it didn't take long, Sean, for the first yellow marker to be thrown.
Well, you know, it's early on in the season, Joe, and this is a very, very young team. Let's see what happens. This is going to be against the Cougars.
Cougars with a block in the back a year ago. They averaged about 47 yards a game and change in penalties. That was second best in the Mid-States Football Association, but not a good start to that one. Brandon Bushy will mark the ball ready for play, and we're just about ready to see Wes Hunsaker, the fifth-year senior, 6'2", out of Anna, Ohio, 208 pounds. Threw for 5 touchdowns a year ago, had 1 interception. He averaged backup row, and he was really the number 3 quarterback behind Dave Yoder and Josh Miller a season ago. Averaged just over 57 yards a game through the air. Empty backfield with 3 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Hunsaker waiting for the snap inside the 15. Blitz showing Missouri Baptist left side. Hunsaker, short drop, throws to the right's got a catch. And it will be short of the first down. Gain is across the 35 to the 37. So Cam Smith, who led the Cougars in receiving with 59 a year ago, ranked 9th in the Mid-States Football Association, picks up about 8, Sean.
Yeah, just a nice little quick throw out to the right side there, designed to develop Hunsaker's confidence, and Cam Smith did a nice job, tackled immediately, gain of 8.
Cougar offensive line averaging 281 a man, tackle to tackle. Jesse Bailey at center, starting his motion on the right side by King Kelsaw, works back to the right, broken play, and Hunsaker trying to get what he can, gets back to the line of scrimmage up to about the 36, maybe the 37-yard line, but that was a problem. He was turning one way, and the running backs were going the other.
Yeah, a little trap play right up the middle, designed just to get a little push to possibly get to the sticks. That was blown up, and he had to tuck and run. He gets a yard, but not much more.
On third down a year ago, Cougars were 48%, very good. Here's a roll to the left side. Hunsaker looking out, reverses back. He's got running room. He'll have the first down, 30, 35 up to the 38-yard line. So good job by Hunsaker, who did carry 13 times a year ago for negative yardage, but good recognition. The right side to his right was wide open, and he runs for good yardage.
Yeah, great job by the defensive backs by Missouri Baptist to cover up those talented receivers. Hunsaker did the great thing and found some open room.
Nose of the football just inside the USF 40-yard line. Their first down of the ball game. Hunsaker looks left, throws up in the middle, and the ball is knocked down. Good defensive play. As coming across was Daniel Foster, a 6'2" redshirt sophomore, and just jumped the rip inside the ball, hung up a little bit, otherwise it would have been a catch.
Yeah, the intended receiver Cam Smith that time just couldn't get there, and again, you called it, Joe. Daniel Foster, number 8, 6'2", 185 sophomore, gets a hand in there and knocks the ball away.
Second down and 10. We'll have the running back. That's Antoine Campbell, yet to carry here tonight. Early moments of the ball game. Here's Hunsaker running the throw again. Pumps, pulls it down, throws left side. Got to catch Sept. Well, they hit him by the helmet, and he fights back to midfield and looking. And that's a bad spot on the ball because he nudged forward up to midfield. They're going to mark him down back inside midfield at just across the Cougar 49, but I thought he had more.
Oh, he did. I don't like that call whatsoever. That is a bad spot, but what a great job by Kurt to get himself out of that neck hold and fight for some extra yardage. Unfortunately, the official didn't give it to him.
Well, you said it all. It almost looked like a horse collar or a face mask somewhere around the helmet area. But it'll be third down and short. Cougars needing inches now. Now they work out of that inverted wishbone formation, diamond formation. Here's Campbell, cuts back up the middle, fights, breaks a tackle, works to the 35, and knocked down right there. Antoine Campbell, some nifty moves up the middle. You know, he only played 3 games a year ago. Sean McBride still for the year with 394.
Well, you can see why, Joe, because when he hits that line of scrimmage, he has a real tendency to get skinny in between the big uglies right there and find some room, and that time he got 5.5.
Cougars now operating inside Spartan territory at the 45-yard line. They stay in that same set. Here's the give up the middle and running hard to the 40-yard line. So the Cougars keeping it on the ground now as they were committed early on. It's Jason Nicodemus who really came on well in relief of Antoine Campbell a year ago. Actually, he did run for 497 yards. Led the Cougars in that category on 115 carries, scored 3 touchdowns, but picks up about 5, second and 5. Misdirection call. It looks like Seth Stewart now working. He's got a first down on the way inside the 35, down close to the 30-yard line of Missouri Baptist.
Great job by the offense. Good decision by Hunsucker to actually give the back-to-back through the middle. It was going to be a designed option to the left. They found a seam there, and a great run down to the 30.
Seth Stewart in at left half. And right half is Nicodemus, and the tailback is Antoine Campbell, and here is a give. Again, the ball is Missouri Baptist has got it. Unless it was down on contact, I don't believe it was. So the Cougars, with the first miscue of the ball game, they turn it over, and Missouri Baptist, after things were going so well for the Cougars, moving the ball, and it'll be turned over to the Spartans at their own 8-yard line.
Yeah, working out of that Delta package, threw it on the backfield at that time. Nicodemus had the ball on the left side, ran into a wall, and just as he was going down, coughed the ball up. And we're going to get an opportunity to see the Missouri Baptist on offense now.
Let's go down and check in with the judge, Phil Houck.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Bradley Jarzab, the backup quarterback, was actually in for the last 2. When the Cougars go into their diamond formation, that's the running formation. Expect to see more of Jarzab. He's the running quarterback. Back to you.
Here's an off-tackle run to left. J.P. Lowry, who ran for 48 yards against Southeast Missouri on Friday night of last week. He'll pick up about 5. So he averaged about 2.5 yards a carry a week ago and on 20 carries.
Missouri Baptist led by number 12, DeMarco Billups, 6'3", 190-pound junior, number 12 for the field marshal out there.
He had a tough time through the air against the Redhawks, 4 of 12 for 33%, 39 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked 3 times. Cougar defense now on second down and 5. Billups out of the gun, protector to his right, short drop. Looks, bing. Now he scrambles and throws. There's a penalty flag thrown again as the catch is made on the right side by Kalen Petty. He's one of the many freshmen they've got, but a big kid at 6'4", 220. And we'll see if that one is coming back.
This might be also a defending front linesman for the St. Francis Cougars being dragged down by an offensive lineman. And the flag came out of the middle of the field. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
That's the starting center tonight, Brandon Palmer. This is a huge offensive line. Maybe one of the biggest offensive lines we've ever played against. They average 307 a man tackle to tackle.
They got their own zip codes.
They do. They do fill out a uniform. Yeah. But a penalty, and on penalties, the Spartans had 10 for 91 yards last Friday night against the Redhawks. So to bring up second down and 15. Clock shows 11:45 remaining in this first quarter. One back to it, Billups under center, waiting for the snap from Brandon Palmer. Long count from the line of scrimmage. Now he looks and hands it off. There's a run to the right side. Great penetration defensively up there. It might have been Joey DeMarco that knifed through there and got a hand on to bring the ball carrier down.
Yeah, from the defensive tackle position, he knifed right through, and the nice tackle for loss that time by DeMarco, the senior, 6'4", 229, doing a nice job for the Cougars up front.
Joey out of Homestead High School had 19 tackles, 3 for loss a year ago. Also had a sack and a block kick. So a loss of a couple of yards, and it'll be third down a little bit longer. They may give them credit getting back to the line of scrimmage, but still third down and 15. Spartans trying to reach their own 38-yard line. Last week they were 3 of 15 on third downs for just 20%. Here's Billups, steps up in the pocket, looks now at being flushed and will run, and will be well short of the first down, got to the 30. And it'll bring up fourth down. They'll bring on Tyler Hack to kick the ball away.
The Cougars that time lined up in their 3-4 instead of the 4-3 defense. Obviously more of a prevent cover 2 that time, and it really paid off. And the front three was able to flush the quarterback from the pocket, charge him to run, but the secondary line was there and stopped him right there at the 30.
Keller Table drops back in punt return, waits at the USF 30-yard line. Hack was a busy man last Friday night. 8 punts, had along of 50 yards, averaged 38. Here's a perfect snap, kick is away. A sailing ball, and that tails off the left side, takes a high bounce at the 36, stays in bounds to about the 30. And well, I tell you, you talk about tight roping that ball down the foul boundary. It stayed in bounds all the way to the 25 of St. Francis.
You know, when you play golf, Joe, sometimes you get those nice hops. That's called a member's bounce right there.
Maybe for you, that's right. Maybe for you. I find every tree. There can be one tree out there. Drake, that's mine.
Sometimes you hit the group path.
Phil knows he's played golf with me. So, second possession of the ball game for USF. We have no score, 10:06 remaining in the first quarter. As we get ready again, Hunsaker. Empty backfield as he works, waits for the snap right about the 20-yard line. Long count from the line of scrimmage. Now he's got the snap. Looking, throws near side. Coates got the wrap. He catches wrapped up immediately. Going over the tackle is Daniel Foster.
And a great pass that time by Hunsaker. Put the ball right where it had to be as the safety help was coming over to help him out. But that was a nice gain of 9 that time.
So second down and short. Campbell comes back in and assumes the running back position. Out of the pistol is Hunsaker. Works, gives to Campbell. Cuts to his right, ran into trouble, and brought it up only to the 35-yard line. But that's all he had to get to pick up the first down.
You know, they talked about before the actual game is Antoine should be limited based upon his health. You know, they're going to really try and air the ball out this game and test Hunsaker's passing ability as well.
First and 10, USF on the move once again at their own 35. 2 protectors in, and Hunsaker looks near side. That one, miscommunication there. Atkins was short, but he was looking on the near sidelines. But nobody home. And it was Sept, the Coat that was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down and 10 on the incompletion. So Hunsaker checking that defense, checks his wristband. His play is brought into him. Now second down and 10. Look, play action fake, rolls to his right side, taking a look, pulls it down, throws a middle, and he's got a catch. That's Matt Lowe, bounces off a would-be tackle, gets to the midfield, he's got another Postgame for St. Francis. Deep now into Missouri Baptist territory.
No play in the case of the Nasties right there. Takes that initial shot and knocks the DB on his back and gets it.
Matt Lowe had 4 catches only last year at Sean, but 2 of them were for touchdowns. He had 504 receiving yards. So now into Missouri Baptist territory. Hunsaker to the air again, and this one he had Akeem Kelso down the middle, wide open, running the post route, but that one was a little off the mark that time, incomplete.
Boy, oh boy, and if you get that ball to Akeem in space like that, he's got wheels. I saw him back in high school playing for Snyder. This kid can fly, and he was working right down the middle of the field.
He can carry a team on his back once he gets hot, but you got to get the ball to him. Second down and 10. They show blitz. Left side, here's the running play to that side, and that's trouble as Campbell's knocked down for a loss. That time the Cougars did not lead the defense that well.
Plus there's a flag too, Joe.
And let's see which way this one goes. It was a loss on the play, so let's see.
Holding offense is number 76, 10 yards premium spot. Second down.
Keegan Brewer is missing for the third, so that'll back him up. A lot of times teams on a loss.
That penalty will be declined.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah. I think the head coach, Jason Borianic, thought better of it.
Thurs, what are you thinking?
Got a loss in the play, so instead of second down and long, it'll be third down and still long, third and about 12. Throw wide to the left side, Appenziller in the slot between receivers. Inside of him is Kelsaw. Now he works at the wing position. And Hunsaker trying to make a play right here. Rolls to his left side, buying time, no rush. A lot of time throws a limit. Nice delivery, he's got to catch up, and Ziller's got the first down. down inside the 45 to the 39, Missouri Baptist.
Just a beautiful execution that time. How about the big uglies at for St. Francis, giving Hunsaker plenty of time to get that ball away, throw it right on the money.
Happens only at 5'9", Sean, but he has just come up with some amazing plays as he did at Homestead. Here's a roll right, Hunsaker the out pattern, and he's got Moore again for a catch. That'll be a short gain, short of the 25, out of bounds, I believe, around the 27-yard line, but again, positive yardage.
Yeah, stops the clock with 8:33 to go here in the first quarter. Still zeros on the scoreboard.
Seth Stewart comes in again. He'll set up on the right wing. Campbell's back in as the running back. Two wide to the left and the right outs. Hunsaker looking, gives to Campbell. Step, cuts to his left. Running on now. Cuts to the 20-yard line. Trying to get inside. Ran over his own line inside the 15. Fumbled the ball. And Missouri Baptist has got it again.
Unbelievable. He was right in space. Had to get around there. Couldn't do it, and the ball came loose. That was a beautiful execution on the counter tray through the middle. He bounced it outside to the left and unfortunately lost the ball.
So that ends another promising drive as the Spartans will take over the ball. They'll have it first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
A red zone mistake there for the Cougars, and boy, you hate to hear that.
So the offense for the Spartans comes back on the field. Terrence Benson, 6-foot junior into the ballgame, had one catch last week. He's wide to the right. And let's see if they're going to stay with Billups at quarterback. Also, they have Jordan Norline, who had some action last week. And here's the stretch handoff and a run by J.P. Lowry. Lowry trying to turn the corner and does. Banged out of bounds, but across the 20. So he was able to tip his way down the left sidelines and picked up some positive yardage at Butler. We'll see where they're going to mark him out of bounds right at the 19, across the 19. Gain of about 7.
Billups still the quarterback for Missouri Baptist, and again, great execution, great flow that time by the offensive line, giving the edge to the running back for Missouri Baptist, allowing a nice 6-yard
down and 3.
Corey Terrell not seeing action here tonight. Jamel Green, Kyle Mathewson, Keith Harris, the starting linebackers. A lot of experience returning for USF. Second down and let's call it forward. Stretch handoff, run to the right side this time. And there is nothing there for Antonio Barton. Another freshman at 5'9", tried to straight arm.
Barton, the ball carrier.
Steve Kiermaier, yeah. How about that Bishop Lewis grad, number 42, Steve Kiermaier coming in, playing a nice job from the inside linebacker position. Great pursuit.
Is he related to the Tampa Bay Patriots?
He is, yeah, that's his brother. Yep.
I figured as much.
Yeah.
No gain, third down and 4.
Third down and 4. They'll spot the ball just inside the Missouri Baptist 20-yard line across the 19. We're inside 7.5 minutes, time remaining. First quarter, we have no score. 2 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Kalen Penny's in. He's tight to the right side. Now they're going to flip-flop one of those receivers, Brunson, to the near side. That's the short side. Trips to the short side. Billups looks, throws it out, and that one way out. No chance.
Yep.
Terrence Brunson with Corey Stamps looming in the vicinity. So the third down and again, Tyler Hack on to punt the ball away.
It's interesting that they would go after Stamps Island out there. Again, Corey Stamps, the vocal leader on defense for the St. Francis Cougars, doing a great job walking down that corner, and that ball, again, had no chance.
Stamps with 5 interceptions, leading the Cougars in that category a year ago, also with 13 passes defended and 8 passes broken up. Waiting at the 6 is Hack, and here's the right-footed kick, and they almost got to it. Ball's one time high in the air, but Taylor's got to back away from that. Takes a bounce, short bounce inside the 40 of USF. Down to about the 38, so St. Francis will roll them up and try again offensively.
Got some.
They had 2 good drives in the making that were spoiled by fumbles, and we'll see again as we go down and check in with Judge Phil Houck.
Coach John Campbell's fumble on the last play. He was not touched. I think what he was doing was he was trying to switch arms as to where he was going to go. It's very humid down here, no doubt. It's a little slippery when you do it. The ball just popped right out. When he came to the sideline, he was very upset with himself, but he got over it quickly, and not a word was said to him. He's a veteran. He knows what happened. It won't happen again. Back to you.
Happens so often when players are trying to get extra yardage and kind of shifting the ball or throwing their arms around, and sometimes somebody comes up and punches that ball out. So a decent field position, USF at their own 39-yard line. Hunsaker looks to Campbell. Campbell darts his way up the middle, breaks tackles, works across the 40, short of the 45, Well, they made extra yard to the 45, so good recovery by Antoine Campbell. He'll pick up 6.
Nice job staying there and pushing that ball with him. Takes it right out to the 45-yard line.
Jesse Burley at center. Menardo, Gus Hancock, the guards. Keegan Bruner, Keegan Morris, the tackles, averaging 281 a man. Little motion by Sept Stewart coming near side. Hunsaker look in the middle, and he's got an open catch for a first down at the 33-yard line. So that was great for Carl Appenzeller.
Redeemer Radio Sports thanks H&L Electric for being our title sponsor for today's game. For all your electrical customers, call H&L Electric at 260-402-3541.
So here come the Cougars now on the move once again as they'll run the ball pass to the right side. That's incomplete. I believe that was Monte McDowell on the receiving end, or the intended receiver, but not able to get that one to go.
Monte McDowell is incomplete. Brings up second down.
It's a pass out to the flats on the far side of the field. It is incomplete. Sun may have gotten his eyes. It is setting. The shadows are becoming longer here, and he was looking right into the sun trying to catch that ball.
Clock stopped on the incompleted pass. 5:58 remaining. We have no score. And here is Campbell. Campbell steps out of the tackle, spins inside the 40, down to the 35 to the 33-yard line, and is close to the ball down.
Beautiful counter execution. That's on the defensive end coming in on the left side. They were going to blow it up in the backfield. But again, the speed and all that big push got enough for a first down.
So St. Francis on the move yet again. Third time they're threatened. Previous two were thrown by fumbles. They go back to that inverted diamond. There was moving the line of scrimmage, and let's see if they win on the field. It will be encroachment against Missouri Baptist. Nick Ferrer.
I think that's Zargrab.
Zargrab has come in.
Yep. Number 10. See if I can get a read on that. Yes, number 10.
No foul on the play. Still first down.
Now in high school, that's a foul.
Yeah.
Not in college. I guess you can reset. So it will be first down and 10. So with 5:32 remaining in this opening quarter, Cougars trying to punch it in. So Ferrer now in this this running set with the inverted diamond. And they'll give it, and as a keeper play, Jarzeb looking for a block. It checked up and dropped. And again, Daniel Foster was a scratch in for an injured Ryan Windland, and he's made his presence known on the company plate. Might have saved a big gain at that time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Great open field tackle that time by the
second down and 3.
It brings up a 2nd and 3, and it could be a completely different down or distance at this point.
Jarzab, I should say, 5'11", 209-pound sophomore, and they'll run the ball. Campbell curls up the middle, following blockers inside the 25 to the 21. So USF, they'll move the chains. Another first down for St. Francis.
Campbell can really do a lot here. That was a design drive play, that the little misdirection, and he had to wait for his blocking to develop on the left side. He really did, and it was very effective.
Getting a lot of numbers in. Nicodemus stays in as the right half, but he'll give the Sept Stewart. Stewart trying to cut to the outside, off tackle, run to the right, and carries the ball inside the 15-yard line. A lot of different looks. USF trying to keep that Missouri Baptist offense going a little bit.
Yeah, no huddle offense here, obviously. Keeping the pressure on, keeping the foot on the accelerator.
Gain of 6 now with the ball at the 15-yard line. And again, they'll run the ball, and that'll be a gain down to about the 10-yard line. Another, Sean, they're picking up 4 or 5 yards of pop right now.
Yeah, they sure are. The big uglies up front making some nice holes that time for Jason Nicodemus, the stud out of Channabusco, number 34, doing a very nice job bringing up a first and goal, it looks like.
Nicodemus, 213 pounds on that 5'9" frame. He's at right half again. They'll give to Campbell. Campbell knifing to the left side. He got to... And Gary Gestright came shooting through the gap and tripped him up just enough and holds him to about a yard gain.
Yeah, they pushed him sideways and was able to get it out to the defensive end where they finally wrapped him up for a very short gain. But that could have been a tackle for loss, and it was not. That was Campbell's athleticism on display that time.
It's second down with the ball at the right side hash mark now. Clock continues to tick away inside of 3.5 minutes. Cougars looking to draw first blood here at home in the season opener. Long count from the line of scrimmage. Now they look and they throw the ball right side. That's knocked away. They went over the shoulder to do it, but they played the ball and no penalty flag called on Daniel Phantom. And again, makes a big play.
Yeah, he does. And Hunsaker actually came back in for this play. Design pass play to Cam Smith. Just a little hook at the goal line there, but well defended again by Daniel Foster, breaking up that play, bringing up a 3rd and goal for the Cougars.
2 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. That's the wide side of the field to the left. There was movement again. There was contact. There's got to be a penalty flag this time.
Penalty mark on the field.
That could be a free 5 for the Cougars unless they were drawn off sides.
Checking again, a referee Brian Bushy.
Offsides, 96, defense.
There you go.
Half the distance.
So the penalty does go against the Spartans. That'll be half the distance, 5 yards to the 5. It'll still be 3rd down and goal from the, well, just inside the 5 now, closer to the 4. Hunsaker comes back in. He'll be the quarterback. And Nicodemus is the running back. 1 back look. Now they back away. 3:10 remaining in the quarter, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout called by Missouri Baptist. 3:10 on the clock, no scores. Cougars in the red zone when we return. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Here's a money-saving tip from Mumper, the #1 name in insulation since 1956. Exposed attic ceiling joints and ductwork or new snow that quickly melts off your roof means you need to add insulation. We'll fill empty sidewall cavities with insulation, even through masonry aluminum or vinyl siding with no unsightly holes. Plus, we'll seal your crawl space with urethane foam for a total insulation package. Call Mumper Insulation at 432-7543 for a free, no-obligation energy analysis of your home.
Stadium, warm, humid, muggy night, and with Sean McBride and the Judge Phil Hawk with us tonight on the sideline, I'm Joe Parson. It'll be 3rd down and goal, and those the football just inside the Missouri Baptist 5-yard line.
That's up.
And let's go down and check in with the Judge Phil Hawk.
Thanks, Joe. Expect to see the Cougars go back to the Delta formation here as Hunsaker walk up to the line of scrimmage. The alignment said we need to be running the football. They're planning to throw the ball. That's why they called the timeout. They're looking to go back to Delta.
Nicodemus in at right half, Seth Stewart at left half, and the tailback is Antoine Campbell. 3rd and goal from just inside the 5. And they look misdirection. Here's a run to the left side, and that will be Jarzab into the end zone. He faked twice. The running backs through the hole and carried himself out to the court. Antoine Campbell did a really nice job opening up the corner that time. Just enough of a ball to keep the DB press.
The first touchdown here at Bishop Darcy Stadium for 2014.
Ryan Nix on to attempt the extra point. Cougars have had great kickers through the years, and they're hoping they've got another one, and Ryan Nix on the roll, and this one is good. St. Francis forward, the 2 fingers down deep, they lead at 7-0, and we'll be back. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Buying a home? Need to refinance your mortgage to a lower rate? Hi, Brian Canary with Savings Bank. Warren Real Estate Finance Professionals are recommending Union Savings because they have seen their clients save thousands of dollars with our great rates and low closing costs. Dare to compare our rates and closing costs. Call me, Brian Canary, at 260-442-6877 for more information. Union Savings Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 1181098.
7-0 USF. Welcome back to Darcy Stadium. Getting a little bit darker, but it's brighter when you score, right, John?
That's right. 3rd time's a charm. You talked about it before, Joe. Again, they had 2 offensive possessions before they were finally able to break the ice here on the home opener. And talk about breaking the ice, you know, there's a big tradition to uphold here, Joe. Again, when we talk about USF and the numbers, they have won 14 consecutive season opening games, 15 consecutive home openers. So again, USF a lot to live up to here at Bishop Darcy Stadium.
George Martin back deep along with Tredarius Burgess. Burgess had 2 kick returns at a long of 15 last Friday night. Deep end over end kick. That one is going into the end zone over the shoulder catch, and he'll take a knee, and he'll come out to the 20-yard line. Or is it the 25? I can't remember.
They change every year, it seems like. It looks like this one's going to be at the 25.
Sometimes hard to change that high school to college mentality. So here come the Spartans out on the field once again. 3:06 on the clock here in the first quarter. St. Francis finally breaks through for a touchdown. They lead at 7-0. They're ranked number 6 coming in the preseason poll. And we'll see if that's Billups back there. As under center, he looks to hand the ball off, and here's a couple of offside, nothing there. St. Francis knifing through there defensively. Great job.
Lowry, the ball carrier. Brought down by
97, Carrington Thompson that time from his DN position. Shook his blocker off, knifed in, and destroyed that tailback for a tackle for loss.
Well, it sometimes happens, Sean, that during the season, that preparation, getting ready, a lot of my numbers that I've got for St. Francis aren't the ones they're wearing. So I'm going to struggle a little bit here. Second, a loss of 1, and there's a fall, trying to make a cut on the field turf, and Billups went down, and he's all the way back at the 18-yard line. Nobody near him, just really trying to make a severe cut, and just the feet flew out from underneath him.
You know, I think they were flowing to the right. His idea was to start right, turn around, and go back left and look for a receiver that was open on the left side. But we're down, slipped and fell, and that's going to be another loss on the play for the Spartans.
They're back in there in safety. In fact, cover 2 defense for USF right now. Joined by, I believe that's Elliot Nelson out in Haven High School, 6'3" sophomore. And up on the corner, Corey Stamps and Deshaun Lewis. Third down and goal ball, 3rd and 16 now. Little motion right to left behind the line of scrimmage. They'll hand the ball off, and nothing doing again as the Cougars string that out, and it'll be up. Well, they're going to give them forward progress to the 19-yard line.
Lowry, the ball
still will be 4th down in a kicking situation as Lowry really could not find any room around.
No, nothing there. Strong safety, Elliot Nelson coming up, doing a nice job as they tried to string the play out to the left side. But great pursuit by the Cougars. And again, the Spartans are facing 4th and 12, and the punt team's out there.
Hack in the punt, he waits at the 5. Taylor back in punt return at the USF 45. They're going to get excellent field position out of this. They should at least. As we're down to 1:07 on the game clock, play clock at 5. And here's the snap. Rush coming, but a kick low end over end. Hits at the 45, high bounce, and takes a Spartans roll into St. Francis territory inside the 45, and it'll roll down and be touched at about the 43-yard line. There's a penalty flag, and I don't know if they got the hack or not. We'll find out in a moment.
Yeah. Now the question begs if it will be incidental or not.
Personal foul on the defense, number 54, roughing the kicker. 15-yard penalty, previous spot, automatic first down.
Wow. Lucas Sparks with the personal foul, so instead of getting the ball, it'll be the Spartans retaining possession.
Express situation that time by the Cougars on defense, and they brought everybody in the kitchen sink that time trying to get to that punter, and unfortunately it caused a penalty.
So that'll bring the ball up to the 34-yard line. And new life offensively as we're in the final minute of this opening quarter. So it has not been pretty at times for USF. 2 fumbles have cost them potential scores. And now they're about to get the ball on 4th down.
Clock to 52 seconds.
Going to try to reset the clock back to 52 seconds. But the Spartans, who were ranked 77-0 last Friday night on the road, and they got to be a little bit better about themselves here tonight. So far, only down 7-0.
Well, and really, so far, the St. Francis defense has done a phenomenal job minimizing the mistakes with the turnovers.
One back, Billups under center. Looks hands the ball off. Here's a cut left side and stoned once again. J.P. Lowry, the 5'9" freshman, 190-pounder. And they say he nudged forward to about the 35 and covered about a gain, so 2nd down and 9.
Takes a lot of guts for a 5'9" kid to run into the middle of that line. My hat's off to him. But he paid a little price there as well.
Mentioned Corey Terrell not playing tonight. Mike Brevard, who brings 247 pounds into that inside linebacker position. 6'1" senior in there. 2nd down and 9. And here is Billups out of the pocket, throws left side, and it hit the receiver in the shoulder pads. He was slipping down. Might have been Cole Arima Returns Benson out there, but incomplete. And I believe 8.1 seconds remaining in this opening quarter.
Yeah, on 3rd and 9, I don't know if they're going to open up the hill or just kind of let the clock expire on the first quarter here. But again, this the stout defense not only has minimized those mistakes that we talked about with the turnovers, Joe, but pinning the ears back on the Spartans, and the punts have given the offense excellent field position as well.
Up front, that down for a defensive unit for St. Francis, Carrington Thompson out of Snyder. Jason Gardner, a big kid, 308 out of Utah, transferred Joey Donaco for Homestead, and Zach Bruce, who led him with 8 sacks a year ago. Here's Billups, steps up in the pocket, throws near side, rookie stamps it. Maybe pushed up a little bit, but that ball was uncatchable. It sailed out of bounds. And that leaves 2.4 seconds on the clock, and yet, once again, it'll be 4th down and kick.
Yeah, a chance there for Mike Baker to number 21 to come up with that ball. It was well overthrown, and of course, Corey Stamson was right there with him, stride for stride, with great positioning. So,
number 2, Cale Tabler.
He'll try it again, this time from his own 21-yard line into punt. And Tabler waits inside the St. Francis 30. 7-0 St. Francis. Just seconds remaining in this opening quarter. Here's the snap. Kick, sailing ball. Tabler will have a chance, calls fair catch. And he grabs it at the 27. So St. Francis's time runs out in the opening quarter. They've got the lead. Away when we return to action. And Redeemer Radio 6 FM.
All right, Cougar fans, it's time for the Midwest American Football Union. We're doing the football toss. If you get a football and take off, if you throw on it, bring it down here to me. I got some seat cushions for you, courtesy of Midwest American Football Union. Dan's doing a great job playing here. Here comes the football from the cheerleader.
The most fascinating man alive. I don't always buy diamonds, but when I do, I prefer the faithful jewelers.
Thanks to Midwest American Football Union for all the support we get from them.
You gotta love that spot with Sean McBride on Joe Parson back at Bishop John M. Darcy Stadium on a under the lights. Well, they're on, they've been on. There's still the sun shining through here in the late going of this late, I guess it's still, well, it's fall, I guess, early fall, late summer. Let's kind of check in. Hey, that's how what season is. Let's get on with Phil.
If it's football, it's going to be fall, John. I'll tell you, after one quarter, I think these Missouri Baptist Spartans kind of passed the eye test. They look like athletes, but they're 60 freshmen here. So we're going to pound their mistakes, but my first quarter is the Cougars have made the mistakes. You got to remember that between week 1 and week 2, teams see their most improvement typically on the field. That's kind of a cliche, but it's kind of true. And I think this is a much better team, Missouri Baptist is, than they were on the field last week in their home opener, their road opener, which they lost 77-0. Back to you.
Hunsaker, the throw, looking a little ball, didn't really get there. Took a little bit of rough of it, no chance on that, but catch attempt at that time as Sept trying to come back and help his quarterback. Stops the clock, 2nd down and 10. I hope that's true, Phil and Sean, because the Cougars will have 10 days off playing on Thursday night. They do not play this Saturday, but when they come back, they'll play William Penn, and that'll be a tougher assignment. Deep handoff. Here's Campbell looking for running room. And he finds it up the middle. He's got a first down across the 30, up to about the 31, and it's Nicodemus, not Antoine Campbell.
Nicodemus doing a nice job keeping it, being patient, finding that seam right through the middle, and doing a nice job moving the sticks for the Cougars.
Got it up to the 42-yard line. They'll mark it at the right side hash mark. So 1st down. Early moments of the second quarter, 7-0 St. Francis. Here's Hunsaker in the pocket, throws over the middle, and that's a catch made, Seth Stewart, and they were in on him. Tremont Davis was there very quickly, the middle linebacker, but Stewart held on, and that'll be a gain of about 5.
Hey, nice job by Stewart for keeping hold of that, because as soon as that ball went right down, so he could have easily been separated by the ball, but he was not.
Not a real big kid, redshirt freshman at 5'7". But gains 5, empty backfield now. Here's Hunsaker, checks off, looks, throws over the middle, and has a catch made. That's a King Kelsall's first catch of the night, and he's into Spartan territory down to the 43-yard line.
Nice job by Hunsaker, who was getting pressure in the backfield, showed a lot of plays. At the exact time he needed to get rid of that ball, he did, and he found Kelsall over the middle.
Had a little bit of sidearm action to that on a check-off play. Good Recognition over the middle to find Kelsaw. Now he rolls to his right side, throws the out, and that's a high ball and incomplete. Cam Smith, the intended receiver. Good thing because there was Daniel Foster, and he's 6'2", and he was had eyes of a pick.
That he did, and it looks like Hunsaker just was not able to set up correctly for that pass. He just didn't have his feet set. I know he was rolling, but still his mechanics were really off on that throw, and it resulted in an incomplete pass.
Second down and 10. Hunsaker, short drop, looks right. He's got Cam Smith. Gets away from one. And drives down about the 35-yard line. That was good help defense by Missouri Baptist. And they hold it to a pickup of about 7. Where it'll be 3rd down and 3. Cougars so far tied on 3rd downs. Let's check it. They are 4-4. But they have 1 touchdown. And I'm seeing that the glass half empty versus half full. I know. It was a run for big yardage. It's Nicodemus as he rolls and rumbles down to about the 27-yard line, maybe about 26.
Great job by Hunsaker to really save a fake that time. With the handoff, he started to roll again to his left like it was going to be a pass. Nicodemus already passed the line of scrimmage that time, doing a great job picking up the first down.
As you've been talking about, Sean, great job. Jesse Boley up front, the guard, Zach Minardo and Gus Hancock. And here's a run, and they've got some more running room again for another first down inside the 20 down to about the 16-yard line.
You know, I talk about that, those big uglies up front for Cougars doing a nice job. And Zach Minardo that time pulled from his right guard position and did the kick-out block on the left end and did a nice job creating some space.
And Nicodemus is having a field day right now with those gaping holes. They'll try from the 3rd time, and he just lures the shot, plows ahead down to the 10-yard line.
There's the ball dive pattern that time by St. Francis, and still a nice 4-yard push close to the 10-yard line. Wow. Nice push by the big uglies up front for the Cougars.
Way everybody was backing off. I thought for a moment there was a penalty flag, but a lot of silence, but apparently no harm, no foul.
I think we had a helmet come off, Joe, by one of the Spartans, and he's walking off the field right now. So a little equipment timeout. It looks like we're back to action now.
Cougars can pick up a first down at about the 6-yard line. Right now they look at 2nd and 5 at the 11. Huddled up, and Hunsaker will bring him up to the line of scrimmage. Stewart stays in. He'll be split this time wide to the left side. Sept up in the slot to the right. There's Cam Smith wide right. Nicodemus stays in as the running back. Hunsaker out of the pistol. There was movement at the line of scrimmage again, and Hunsaker with that staggered cadence count is having big dividends.
That it is. Nice another. That's going to be halfway to the goal. That's another 45 yards for the Cougars, if in fact they call it correctly. And Hunsaker doing a nice job against these young pups on the Spartans team.
Defense, number 71, 5 yards, 2nd down.
Jordan Houston whistled for the encroachment. So now that moves the ball down to about the 6-yard line. It's 2nd down and just about a half a yard to pick up the first down. Keegan Morris starting tonight, working at left tackle, doing a great job. Nicodemus at the running back position. Hunsaker looks to Nicodemus, cuts to his left, inside the 5. He won't get to the goal line. Spun around and pushed back. Let's see where the forward progress is, down close to the 2.
Great 2nd and 3rd effort by Nicodemus that time. He ran into a roll at the first initial hit, tried to break it off to the left side, hit again, and finally taken down. Still got some good positive yards, coming up with a 1st and goal for the Cougars.
The ball carrier is Aaron Harris.
That results in the Glimmer of God.
Aaron Harris.
By the way, it is Aaron Harris now in their 5-9 sophomore.
37, not 34.
And like I said, my numbers are totally screwed up. We'll figure it out. Here we go again. Campbell's in there, and a run-off tackle on the left side. I don't think they got in. They'll be knocked down just short of the goal line.
That was Nicodemus, number 34, on the carry that time, hoping his low center of gravity and power stance could push him in, but not successful on that trap through the middle.
You know what they say, Sean? You can't always believe what you read.
Yeah.
I'm finding it out tonight.
That's right. It's getting late early for Joe Parsons.
Harris stays in at right half now, and they'll give it on a set stop. He's into the end zone a couple of yards. So it will be a 1-yard touchdown of the season. And the Cougars took over, but they put 2 on the board now, and they lead at 13-0 at the 10:51 mark.
Again, a nice job capitalizing on that good field position set by the defense. 17. The Cougars are really gelling now. Again, this is 2 scores for the Cougars getting ready for the PAT at this point. But a nice job, nice balance, I think, on that drive between the run and the pass.
You just read my mind because I thought that's one of the keys that I think when we see the halftime numbers, you're going to see about equal yardage in running versus pass plays also. They're trying to keep everything is pretty much even, Steven. As Nick's trying to knock through the extra point. He does, so it's 14-0. St. Francis has got the lead here at home on Darcy Stadium, and this is Cougar football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Fans with that touchdown, 2 lucky fans just won a fish dinner from our friends at
Tri-State Warehousing is one of the most complete service-oriented companies in the warehousing field today. Located in Fort Wayne, Tri-State Warehousing is a 50,000 square foot dry and temperature-controlled storage facility, serving 2/3 of the continental U.S. with overnight rail service. The dedicated staff and specialty services of Tri-State Warehousing are known throughout the industry. For great things in store, call Tri-State Warehousing, 260-436-2010. That's 260-436-2010.
Right next will be kicking off
Back
the
at Darcy
Cougars.
Stadium with Sean McBride. I'm Joe Parson. The Judge Phil Houck down on the sidelines tonight. And Sean with some numbers.
Yeah, just wanted to check in with our rushing leaders here for the University of St. Francis in the first quarter. Antoine Campbell, he had 44 yards with a 3-yard loss. On there says Stewart, 16 yards. Wesley Hunsaker, 13 yards. And finally, Jason Nicodemus with 12 yards in the first quarter.
Morton and Burgess are back in kick return, waiting inside the 5. Cougars up 14-0 here at home. Took a little while there to shrug off a couple of fumbles down deep. Drive and kickoff again. No chance on this one as that one goes to the end line. That's a free ball, and they have to down it and take a knee and to bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Another big leg this year for the Cougars. Again, wrapping up the first quarter stats. Total offense for Missouri Baptist, 12 plays for 14 yards. The Cougars obviously lopsided here, 29 plays for 171 yards in the first quarter alone, Joe.
They've just been phenomenal between the 20s, but as I say, the 2 fumbles.
Yeah, they got to finish.
Got to finish.
Yep.
So here come the Spartans now as they work from right to left. Their first possession of the second quarter on the short end of a 14-0 score. See if that's Barton come back in there as the running back as Billup looks to hand it off, and that is Antonio Barton, but the 5'9" freshman can't find anything as, again, the Cougars came shooting through there defensively.
Yeah, great containment that time by the right side defense. Again, we're talking about Zach Bruce, Carrington Thompson, and, of course, Keith Harris as well, doing a fine job.
I'm trying to check my numbers, but I can't believe them. So I'm going to the official roster that was given us earlier this evening. And Jeffrey Jones has come in now, is playing some at a tackle spot. They're real high on him as well. 2nd down and 9. They want to run the ball again, and the gain will be a cost to 25 for another yard to the 26, maybe the 27.
Victorio Barton on the carry.
Yeah, not much there, really. Again, Keith Harris doing a great job finishing that play. But Dinoco really blew up that play right there from his D-line possession and really limited that play, and brings up 3rd and long, another test for the Spartans.
So it'll be 3rd down and long. Billups so far, as far as the passing, has not had good success. He was 0 for 3 in the first quarter. It is 3rd down and 8. Billups under center, waiting for that snap from Brandon Palmer, starting tonight at center for the Spartans. He drops the throw. Short drop, throws to the right, and Billups tipped in the right, tipped and then dropped. As the Cougars thought they had a chance, it was Jamel Green was right there trying to volleyball the ball back to him. Got it up in the air, a couple of times showing, but just couldn't come out with a header.
It's just out of reach. The initial pass was off target, obviously a little bit hit the awkward spot, and start ping-ponging a little bit, a little tip drive, but just couldn't bring it in. And that's going to result a punt coming up for the Spartans.
I was asking Dave Ivey during the week who's impressed him. You know, he works with the defense. Corey Stamps comes to mind. Jamel Green was another one of those guys. And he talked about the big kid out of Utah, Jason Gardner, the defensive starting tackle. Here's Taylor, he angles back, has it at the 26, starts right, cuts left, breaks a tackle, gets across the 30, up to about the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. Nifty footwork that time by Caleb Taylor.
Well, much on the return yardage, but really very athletic by Taylor to avoid two initial tackles, and was able to get something positive out of that return. And again, the Cougars are going to start off with some very good first and 10 at their own 34.
And Kevin Dowley has also been doing a good job of getting a lot of different numbers, a lot of different looks, a lot of different sets. And as much as anything, that's for the teams down the road who will be watching this via a lot of different fashions. Matt Knowles come in, wide to the left side. First and 10, USF on top here at home, 14-0. Still better than 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Starting to get a little darker here tonight. Here's play action fake Hunsaker. Time in the pocket, looking over the middle. Ball throws it right into the hands. Wow, incomplete was Keontae Allen. That was a gift. He couldn't make out or didn't.
They don't have much better gift left than that. I thought right on the numbers, and I don't understand why. Maybe he just wasn't expecting it, or his head was on a swivel, but boy, that ball was right there, and Hunsaker was well off on that throw.
Yeah, he dodged a bullet at that time. Second down and 10. Hunsaker looking near side, throws. Here's Cam Smith right at the first down stick, and he's got it up about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, interesting that time. They brought the safety blitz all the way from the right side, and St. Francis did a nice job picking it up. And Hunsaker with a release to Cam Smith brings the first down.
And when we get a chance, we're going to ask the judge to check in on Cam Smith. He came off the field. He was kind of hanging that right arm a little bit and kind of shaking the wrist, so might have picked up a little bit of a stinger. But right now it's first and 10, just short of the 45-yard line of St. Francis. 8:44 remaining in the second quarter, 14-0 Cougars. Hunsaker, again, long count from line of scrimmage, wants to throw, pump action fake, now throws the sideline powder. He's got a man, but it drifted a little bit too far from that goal.
Yeah, even when they go horizontal, but still it was well without the out of his reach. But did you see the amount of time that he had in the backfield? Really a great job of protection by the front five for St. Francis.
You know, Sean, I was going to say, well, maybe the wind caught that a little bit. When you look at the American flag, it's not rippling. Look at the trees, not moving at all.
No.
Second down and 10. Hunsaker calling for the snap. He's got it, hands it off. There's Campbell up the middle. Springs off a tackle. He's got a first down. He's broken 3 tackles. It's inside the 30. Inside the 20. Dragging tackles all the way down to the 10-yard line.
An unbelievable Campbell showing his athleticism alone in space, shaking out tackles and dragging tackles with him well inside the red zone, setting the Cougars for another score opportunity.
4, maybe 5 tackles en route. Had 2 guys. He carried the final 10 yards. So first and goal from the 10-yard line. Here's a run to the right side. Not much there. As this time it'll be a gain of maybe about a half yard.
Yeah, you got to stay with Campbell though. This is his drive. Let's give it to him. Let's create another opening for him and let him try and score this. Because that, as you said, Joe, that is highlight film material.
Malik Ross in there, defensive end, credited with the stop. Nose of the football inside the 10. Let's call it no gain. So second down and goal.
Second down.
Clock is moving at 7:34 time remaining. Sept Coat comes back in, split wide to the left. Cody Appenzell up in the slot to the left side. And here we go as Hunsaker working from the right side hash mark. Campbell lined up behind him. Takes the handoff. Working longer to the right. Breaks a tackle. Squeezes it Antoine Campbell, the 204-pound and healthy senior running back to make it 20-0 at the 7:27 mark.
Just a tremendous job by the man at this stage of the season. My hats off to these coaches because these kids are executing the way they should be in mid-season form. Just a beautiful job opening up that lane for Campbell and a beautiful job by on the score.
And you're right, Sean, rewarding Antoine Campbell for his fine production that set up that play. It was movement defensive right side, but the kick is on the way. Don't see a penalty flag.
Far side of the field, yeah.
I believe that's going to stand up there by Nix with the extra point to make it 21-0.
Offsides, defense. The penalty is declined. Try is good.
And it'll be 21-0 as we step out here at Darcy Stadium for football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Are you looking for an orthopedic specialist? Ortho Northeast has been serving the community for over 50 years with offices at 3 convenient locations. Look for the location nearest you. Dr. John Pritchard is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon with 20 years of experience with OMD and can assist you with the best treatment plan for your knee or shoulder pain. Dr. John Pritchard is looking forward to meeting you and helping with all orthopedic needs. Call Dr. Pritchard at 260-484-8551 or visit the web at www.orthone.com.
21 Zip St. Francis now getting things going, and I tell you what, Antoine Campbell has been the workhorse that last drive, and a couple of just spectacular runs. I don't know if I heard that. I hear Phil.
Yep.
Okay, let's go down and check in with the judge.
Thanks a lot, Joe. The thing that I liked about the touchdown run by Antoine Campbell is I'm not declaring that he's 100% because he took a hit right on that repaired knee as he was going into the end zone, and he just spun out of that hit and made the kind of move we've seen him make many times before. He looks great. Back to you.
Here's a kick into the end zone. They'll take a knee. Phil, while you're still there, any update on Cam Smith while you're down there?
Come again?
On Cam Smith, any update on him? Looks like he's okay.
I'll check on that.
Right now we've got numbers for Antoine Campbell, 11 carries for 96 yards half alone with 1 touchdown.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll call that good.
Well, as you mentioned, only played 3 games last year and still had 394 yards and did lead the Cougars in touchdowns, rushing touchdowns with 6. So 21-0 now, and here's a run to the right side. Lawler had the ball. You got to be living right. That ball bounced and right up into his hands, and he'll turn it into a gain of about a couple, 2-3 yards.
You're exactly right, Joe. That is clean living right there. I thought for sure they returned it because St. Francis had a hard time getting onto the field. So the Spartans were going to try a quick snap, and they were able to get some success, but the transaction was bobbled. The ball hit the turf, came right back up, and the ball carrier had the ball.
And it was like a basketball. It came up high, right up back into his hand. He didn't even have to lean on for it. Gain is 3, 2nd down and 7. Billups under center. Stretch handoff coming to the left side. And looking for some running room. And there's not much there for J.P. Lowry.
Lowry, the ball
He's going to get across the 30 to the 31, so bring him 3rd down and about 4.
About 6 Cougars on the gang tackle there that time, doing a great job with the pursuit on the ball and limiting that game. This will be a test right here, Joe, because again, the passing attack for the Spartans really hasn't, we haven't seen much out of it. And they're looking at, what, 3rd and 4 here?
3rd down and 4. They've got to get to their own 35. They've got Corey Lima in. He's wide to the right side. Corey Stamps has got him. And here is Billups flush from the pocket. Rolls to the right, throws in the middle of the field. He's got his catch for a 1st down. And they're all the way up to the 48-yard line. So that is something positive for the Spartans, as Michonne Lewis was there on the stop, but again, and a good one as they're up nearly to midfield.
Yeah, Cole Lima dragged across the middle, sat in a good spot, caught the ball, and it's going to move the chains for the Spartans.
1st and 10.
First down, Missouri Baptist.
And I believe that's their first down of the ball game, raced through the air. So they'll have it just short of midfield. As coming to the ball game now, Alex Nimley is checked in. He's wide to the right side. Billups under center, wants to throw the ball. Rolling to his right, throws, got another catch. That's short of the 1st down, but into Cougar territory at the 45 to the 44. First time tonight that the Spartans have been into St. Francis territory, I believe, and that will take 5-3. Remaining in the 2nd quarter, they'll spot it at the 33 of St. Francis. That was a gain of 7.
By number 81, Alexis Nunley, 6'1", 185 sophomore by the Spartans. And you're absolutely right, Joe, that, you know, when you're facing 2nd and 2, the playbook is wide open to you.
Got a new number coming in as well. We'll check that for you at the tight end spot to the right side. But it's going to be Billups with an offset eye to the right as he rolls to the right side. Billups steps up, throws. He's got a catch. Freshman tight end. So the Spartans getting some new numbers in there, and they're being productive numbers.
And what I see so far, Joe, is that these are quick hits with a high percentage capability. So again, we're talking about the slants, the hitches, and the posts. A nice 10 yards and in style quick hitters that this quarterback is able to complete and doing a really fine job on this drive.
Terrence Brunson in wide to the right side. So The Cougars a little bit of a test now, litmus test for their defense. There's a angle run to the left side. They've got running room. And they'll run inside the 25, down inside the 20, and really breaking it through. And he's got a chance to score all the way down to the 1-yard line. He stops short of the goal line. AP Lowry, almost like Antoine Campbell.
Incredible effort that time by Lowry, doing a nice job dragging Cougars along the way, breaking out of tackles. Again, this was just a little outside to the left side. He found the seam and did a very nice job finding that corner, getting all the way down, and really putting pressure now on the Cougar defense.
So that 21-0 lead and a shutout being threatened right now with 4:12 remaining. Remember, this was a Missouri Baptist team that got whacked last Friday night against Southeast Missouri 77-0. What a lifter would give them to get their first ever collegiate touchdown. Taking a lot of time, play clock is down to 5. They're just coming out of the huddle, and they had a man short as well, and there had to be motion, and there will be.
Yep. Penalty marker on the field.
Owen had trouble all over it, as that late player, he had to look like deer in headlights. That was Jordan Ritchie. And he had that, where am I supposed to go?
Yeah, and you know, this is such a young player mistake. You know, the quarterback really didn't look around. All he saw was the play clock down to 4 seconds, so he ran up there and snapped the ball. You know, call a timeout, son. You know, you're on the 1-yard line. Let's not have any mistakes. Red zone penalties, I just can't say enough about them.
Dead ball. False start. 45 to the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That'll mark him back to the 6. I believe the officials were conferring because, in fact, one of the coaches for Missouri Baptist coming out, I think they were trying to get a timeout called, but it was never recognized by the officials. So knows the football outside the 5, and it'll be first and goal now officially from the 6. Bronson wide right. Stamps will have the man coverage out there on the island, and Billups under center, rolls to his right side, looking, being pursued by Bruce. Now throws it away. And a one-headed attempt. Wasn't, well, I'll tell you what, it would have been out of bounds. Yeah. They were not beyond, there's a board or a concrete board beyond the end line, and that's where I thought the receiver went up and tried to make a turn. Catch would have been high.
Yeah, Kalen Putty went up for it, number 25 from his tight end position, ran right into that fence. And hopefully didn't leave a mark, but that was thrown well out of bounds.
Sean, he's 6'4", so he's got some basketball ups to him.
You bet.
Now it'll be Cole Lima out there on the right side. Second down and goal from the 6. Clock stopped on the incompleted pass, 3:31 remaining. Lowry's in as the running back. They're offset to the right side as well. Motion at the line of scrimmage, but Billups has them set. Long count now, looks to stretch handoff, and there's Lowry, but stacked up right at the 5. And stopped at that 10 right through there from his safety position.
You know, St. Francis continually around the edge has clearly shown some confidence that they're able to shut down and close off those quarters. On occasion, you know, the Trojans have been able, Spartans have been able to find that edge, but consistently St. Francis has been there and shut them down.
No gain, and be third down and goal from the 6, this time from the right side hash mark. Billups brings him up to the line of scrimmage. He's got Lima out there wide to the right, the short side, 2 wide to the left. Lowry remains the running back. Billups had to reach for the ball. He's going to cost him time. And lost back close to the 14-yard line.
Bad snap that time results in a blown-up play and a great job by the defense. Matthewson coming in. We're getting an assist on the sack that time. And again, Joe, I harken back to their red zone penalty. They had the ball on the 1-yard line.
Penalty moving back, and now they'll try a 30-yard field goal to get points on the board.
89, Alex McGlashan.
McGlatch on to attempt the field goal. High snap. He's got the leg into it. It's on the way, and it is good. So that will be a 30-yard field goal. And the first point of the collegiate career will be a field goal. That'll make it 21-3 with a Darcy Stadium, and we'll be back. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Please reset the
There's a new dining experience in Fort Wayne, just waiting to be discovered by sports fans everywhere. Newly remodeled The Lodge, located in the Coyote Creek Golf Club, is open to the public, offering great daily lunch and dinner specials. Bring the family in to enjoy our spacious family room after dinner. The Lodge is proud to support Bishop Dwenger and Bishop Lewis football. Come celebrate the W's with their friendly staff. The Lodge is located at 4935 Hillegas Road. To save your table for after the game, call 260-203-3154.
Back at Darcy Stadium, 21-3 our score. Let's go down and check in with the judge, Phil Houck.
First, in the last series, Cam Smith walked off the field holding his arm. He's fine. He just had a little stinger in the elbow, otherwise known as a funny bone type injury, but he's 100%. He'll be back. Back to you.
I get that same thing, but usually it's in bed.
Yeah, tell him to rub some dirt on it, Phil. He'll be fine.
So the Cougars about to get the kickoff, moving from left to right. They'll be moving the ball out of the north end zone to our left. And they've got Aaron Harris as one of the kick returners back there, along with Appenzell. 21-3. Missouri Baptist, their first points ever. Here's a high dying kick end over end. And Harris calls for it, bobbles it, picks it up at the 6. Has blockers in front. Now still running to the 20-25. Cuts back across the 30, 35, 40, up to the 41. And how often do you see it happen with a ball that maybe is bobbled a little bit there? For whatever reason, the special teams kind of freeze for a moment.
You know, and this Joe, lends itself to the maturity of this team. For those young men to keep their blocks for that amount of time and allow the wall to be set up and take a ball that was bobbled back inside the 5 all around. A true testament to the athleticism of the special teams here for the Cougars.
Now the Cougars will try their 2-minute drill with 1:59 on the clock here late in the second quarter. And here is problems as going nowhere that time. They've got Nick Ferrer in at quarterback, 6'4" transfer, and actually a freshman, and he's going to be sacked and dropped down inside the 35, back at the 33.
Number 90, Marcus Gray.
Penetration that time by 5 Missouri Baptist defenders that time, and it really shook the freshman up, and he went down for a sack.
Big loss, 2nd down and 18. Ferrer in the pocket, looks, throws over the middle. He's got a man down there, laying on foot, incomplete ball. Let's see if that was Appenzell again. And the little guy had a chance, but just off his fingertips, incomplete.
You know, if we put him down this week, he would have caught that next week. We'll just put it down.
Mention that to his folks, you know, help us out here a little bit.
Right.
3rd down with 1:27 remaining. They got to get the ball to the 49, Missouri Baptist, and clock did stop anyway on the incompleted pass, but looks like there's going to be out on the field.
Looks like Missouri Baptist might want to preserve some clock here to see if they can take advantage of the possibility of the Cougars going for 3 and out and getting the ball back with some time left to go here in the 1st half.
We'll start out as well. 21-3 in the second quarter. This is Cougar football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Think of Briscoe Dentistry for your family's dental care. Dr. Todd Briscoe and team know that your body is more than just teeth and gums. Your oral health affects the performance ability of your body, and on the field of those, you want your body to perform Dr. Briscoe and team provide the ultimate in preventative, periodontal, orthodontic, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry. To optimize your body's performance, contact Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950 or on the web at briscoedentistry.com.
Cougars are looking at 3rd down and long, and let's take a little closer look at the quarterback down there, Nick Ferrer, 6'4" freshman, 216 pounds from Westfield. So that's a program rich in high school tradition.
Took him to the Class 5A state championship last year against Cathedral, and unfortunately lost that one. But yeah, quite the athlete.
Spartans in cover 2 defense right about the 1st down stick. Here's Ferrer throwing near side. Smith is just a beautiful job there. Spin on that tackle, raced down the sidelines. Akeem Carousel, his buddy from Snyder, was right with him, protecting him. Great delivery, and Kevin down family's got to be feeling good. He's got a lot of experience and a lot of capability at quarterback as well. And how about that receiver out of Bishop Winger High School, Cam Smith? Next with the extra points, got the elevation on the way into ground and good. So, timeout and with 1:17 remaining, the Cougars up their lead 28-3. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Are you currently overpaying for your mortgage? Is your home on the market? Hi, I'm Brian Canary, and Union Savings Bank would like to save you money right now. Such a last spot. Union Savings Bank is London. Since we want to take another one there for you, you want from now on in the running the better rates, plus lower closing costs, and a better mortgage. Call me, Brian Canary, 260-442-6877 for your free mortgage checkup. Union Savings Bank is equal housing lender, member FDIC, and MLS number 118-1098.
Third down and long, and you know, Missouri Baptist was thinking, oh, we're going to get the ball back, we've scored, we're feeling good about ourselves, and then Cam Smith had other thoughts.
Yeah, a little dagger by Cam Smith and company that time. Cam putting up 4 pass completions for 94 yards with the long right there of 67, capping it with a nice cherry on top, a touchdown. And looks like St. Francis getting ready to boot this one away.
Burgess and Martin back deep, another long booming kick end over end. This one dies about a yard deep, and he's going to have to run it across the 5, and what a decision.
I got it.
A little in and out that time move, that in and out of the end zone, and that was nearly disastrous. They'll start back deep at the 10 as we go down to check in with Phil.
Guys, that throw obviously really freshman in the game, 3 plays, throws the long touchdown pass on the sideline. Many congratulations. Very animated on the sidelines. Coach Taylor's words to him was, nice job, son. I asked Nick just for a couple of words for the audience at home.
So here we go now, back to live action, and Billups now with the ball back at the inside the 10-yard line, and you would expect maybe just a kneel down at this point with 1:14, but we'll see. And he wants to throw. What do we know? And this time throws over the middle, and that one's incomplete. A lot of blue shirts, silver helmets in the vicinity, but no good, and it's rolling there on the clock now, 2nd and 10.
His intended receiver that time, Terrence Brunson, was going on an out-and-up pattern, and he threw it like he was going to cut in on a deep post. So call it pressure or just some bad communication. No real chance for Missouri that time to complete that pass.
Spartans breaking out of the huddle now. They've got one wide to the right. And they'll bring Brunson to the short side. And Sean Lewis with the coverage. They'll run the ball. And up the middle, it'll be gain across the 10 to about the 13-yard line. And that's going to about do it. But the clock now with 1:04. And let's see, what do we have going on here?
Got a timeout. St. Francis.
Cougars going to save some time as with 3rd and 6. They've got a chance maybe for some late points of their own. Trying to get the ball back. We'll keep things right here. And, you know, we mentioned about Missouri Baptist losing last Friday night at Southeast Missouri. They're behind here at halftime, 28-3. They play the first 3 games away. They play at Oklahoma Baptist on Saturday, September the 13th. And they won't get home until first ever game will be, home game will be on September the 20th against Wilson. Of their 11 games, Sean, 8 are on the road. And the schedule maker was not kind to them.
Well, and the joys of being a new program, right? That's what you get. It's when you're a new program like that. Okay, you want to play ball? Well, guess what?
Take handouts.
Yep, exactly. You're going to get the terrible schedule. But you know what? That's called character building, Joe. And again, we got a young team here playing the field right here. I haven't seen any quit in them whatsoever, which is a great thing, especially with the deficit 28-3 going into half. You know, there's some stout guys, and I think they're going to play a nice, hard football game.
That's what I was reading from their first-year head coach, Jason Boyanek, coming out of that 77-0 loss. He said, I was proud. We never stopped playing, never quit.
Yep.
There's a roll to the right side, and out of bounds, I believe, before they picked up the first down. Billups on the keeper play, stopped the clock with 59.1 seconds remaining. And it'll be 4th down, and he really stepped out of bounds right at the line.
He sure did. I was curious as to where they were going to mark this. Now, again, taking that timeout with him going out of bounds right there, facing a 4th and very long, St. Francis, again, their return man is right at the midfield stripe. So, again, they've got a real opportunity here.
And St. Francis has got 2 timeouts remaining. 59.1 seconds remaining. Tabler back in punt return at the USF 43-yard line. So Hack, who's been a busy guy in the first half, a yard deep in the end zone. Steps to his right, got it away. Short kick there.
Oh, he shanked it.
To the right side of bounds. Wow. And that'll put St. Francis in business somewhere inside the 30-yard line, depending where they angle it up.
Wow, that was not good if, in fact, you are a Missouri Baptist fan. Let's see where the side judge is going to, what's that, Joe, about 32?
Wow, right about there. That is where St. Francis takes over. And we'll see who will come in at quarterback this series in the final 50-plus seconds. Looks like it'll be Ferrer again. Antoine Campbell trots on the field. Seth Cote in wide to the left side. Akeem Kelso and Seth Stewart in the ball game. And here we go. First down and 10 from the 32 of the Spartans. Ferrer out of the pistol. He's thrown for one big touchdown, and once more comes back to the left side, throws the screen. Got Campbell, looks for some running room, and didn't get a whole lot, got to the 29.
You know, I said it very well there. Campbell, I wish he would have just taken that ball and went outside. He tried to find some room. He had a big ugly right on his back, and he turned back inside and ran right into the coverage. I think if he would have been continuing on the outside, finding some room out by the flats, it would have been a different story.
I like the job. By the way, St. Francis takes one of the 2 remaining timeouts, 1 remaining. And I did like the job of Ferrer, as he really did a good job of trying to screen his intentions, kind of tucked the ball under his arm, rolled a little bit to his right, then looked back to the left, trying to find Campbell and hoping for a little more running room.
Yeah, he saw the take very well. Absolutely.
Judge has got it in play. Let's go on to Phil.
Cam Smith, I heard, was on the receiving end of that big touchdown, who we thought was a little bit injured earlier in the game. I had kind of looked at him and asked him for a little bit of comment on the touchdown grab, and he said, "I told you I was okay." True story.
That's pretty good evidence, I would say. Gain of 3, second down and 7. Cougars up by 25 here at home. They fumbled away 2 scoring chances early. They then scored the game's first 21 points. Now Ferrer out of the pistol again. Looking, short drop, throws the left. He's got a catch for a first down. Seth Cote steps out of bounds.
Number 11, Seth Cote.
Little stick route, gets out of bounds, stops the clock, and it will be a first down.
Ran that little square out pattern. And preserve the time. We're down to 42.7 seconds remaining with the ball right at the 20-yard line. Cote checks out of the game. And the Cougars bringing in
the tight end.
More numbers, the tight end, and that's Zach Gigner. So let's see if we got maybe a few more surprises in. Gigner in tight to the right side. And there's motion behind the line of scrimmage, left to right by Sept Stewart. And here is Ferrer. Looks, throws downfield. He's got a man laying out for it. Incomplete. Sept Stewart tried for his second touchdown of the game. But incomplete. 38.1 seconds remaining in the half.
Boy, just right there on the fingertips. You know, Ferrer, he's got to feel good about this. You know, he's already completed 1 67-yarder for a touchdown. He's managing the game here in the waning seconds of the first half, and that one was nearly completed. Again, some of these kids, we need to put them on the rack and get them up to about 6 foot, 6'3", and these catches are going to be made.
Yeah, what impressed me too is Gigner, I should say, at 6'2", 200 was down there step for step with him.
Yeah.
Now Noel comes in as a wide out. So it'll be second down and 10. Here's Ferrer to the right, looking, no pressure, throws the ball, and incomplete. And incomplete, not Noel trying to run a little sideline. Inside the 10, incomplete, and now it's third down.
I think, unfortunately, Noel was looking for the sidelines and didn't follow the ball into the hands. It hit him square. Ferrer made a nice job rolling out to the right, connecting with Noel. But we need receivers, not droppers.
And we know only too well from Coach Donnelly's playbook throughout the years. This is number 17 in the season, that he has been in 4-down yardage early for some time.
Oh, yeah. You betcha.
I'm inside the 35 and sometimes the 40. So here we go, third down and long. They've got to get to the 10 to convert. As Ferrer's got the snap, short drop again. Looks, pulls it down. Now throws, got a man and battle for the ball. He comes up within the end zone. We're waiting for the officials. Still no indication. Mill thinks they've got a touchdown, and the officials still have not. And a Comcast comes It'll be a 20-yard touchdown toss through the air the second time, or is it going to stand up? We've got a penalty flag.
This one might be getting waved off. Oh, boy.
Might. We'll wait for our referee, Brandon Hershey. Go on, check in with Phil.
It's going to be defensive play, so it'll be right
Ryan Mitchell with the extra point.
And scoring a lot of points. This is kind of like a freight train out of control here in the second quarter. Back to you.
They're making up for that first quarter when they squandered some opportunities.
Yeah, they've learned that, you know, they're physically, and it looks like the extra point is good. Physically, the Cougars have just
Next hit extra points, 35-3, Sean, and you know the Cougars coming with that late play efficiency that they've just been really taking there almost at will.
Well, you know, we saw them start out kind of slow, Joe, obviously in the first half, you know, with the two first drives stalling off of mistakes and turnovers. And maybe the coaches got to him with a little motivational speech, if you will. And after that, they really turned things around. And obviously, it's been all Cougars all after that third time's a charm drive. And they're doing a very nice job. Really, I love the play calling. I love the balanced attack that we see between the run and the pass. But really, the guys up front are doing a great job, not only opening holes for the run, but protecting their quarterback. They're doing a fantastic job of that. And clearly, it's showing on the scoreboard.
That's something you noticed right away, the time, the just tremendous time that all the quarterbacks have had back there. And they've made the 2-3 different check down looks and have an opportunity to make a lot of good decisions. 27.3 seconds remaining, so the Cougars have got 14 points on the board in the final minute 17. High end over end, kick down the middle again. This time gathered up a run. It'll be a return to the right side and turning the corner, but getting out of bounds just short of the 20-yard line. So the Spartans will start 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line with just 22 seconds and change.
It'll be interesting to see. Again, last time with a minute and some change on the clock, they came out throwing with only 22 seconds left. You really have to wonder, is the coach just going to let them take a breath and call it good at 35-3, or are they, you know, try and stretch this offense into some production?
You know, year in, I think you're less concerned about the score and more, you know, and now just trying to get experience. But
yeah, there's the victory formation.
They are going to.
Yeah.
As Dollar will win out here, they make the right decision and they'll take the clock down the final seconds. So St. Francis, 2 early fumbles costing them points on the board, but when they get rolling good, and they lead the visiting Missouri Baptist here at halftime. The 6th-ranked Cougars on top. They're after 2 quarters at Darcy Stadium. They lead at 35-3. Timeout, and we'll take a look at the scoring and take a look at some other happenings going on elsewhere around college football and elsewhere. When we return, this is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Just like winning the big game, financial freedom takes practice, passion, patience, and strategy. From college funding and auto loans to mortgages and retirement planning, Three Rivers is here to provide you with the financial tools, advice, and education you need to succeed. Since 1935, we've been helping people understand money matters every day to create a stronger, more successful community together. Find out how we can help you. Visit any of our many branches or our website at threeriversfcu.org to get started. Experience the thrill of victory. Experience financial freedom. Experience Three Rivers. Visit threeriversfcu.org today.
Halftime at Darcy Stadium. Welcome back, everybody, with Sean.
It's the halftime report.
And either the who's going ahead of us. We don't go ahead of God. He goes ahead of us. If we follow the Lord, always remain faithful to those that trust in Him. Can you say amen? We believe God. What could be better? God gave them a reason. It amazes me when I read this verse, I could not understand why they decided to distrust God when God gave them a reason. Then they came to the valley of Eshcol. With the juices. Renaissance.
Service experts who know our local healthcare providers and can answer any questions you have. Plus, PHP has a wide range of individual plan options to meet your needs and make sure you and your family have the coverage you deserve. And I love the fact that PHP is a not-for-profit insurance company, so their members come first. If you need health insurance, don't put it off any longer. Contact PHP, and a friendly, understanding service expert will take care of you and provide all the information you need. You can go to the website, phpni.com, or call 800-982-6257. Take it from me, in just a few minutes, health insurance will go from scary to simple. All you need is PHP.
Halftime, 35-3 our score. We're joined right now at halftime by the high school sports editor doing collegiate work here tonight covering the Cougars. That is Greg Jones joining us. And 35-3, and Greg, I don't know if your impressions were kind of like ours. You know, the Cougars were moving the ball between the 20s early on very well. A couple of fumbles, though. They never got into the end zone. And you kind of wonder, how's that going to affect a team that on opening night, a lot of experience, expects to do well, expects to win, and suddenly it's still 0-0.
It wasn't that big of an effect. I think that there's so much of a difference in talent between the two teams, obviously because of the infancy of one of the programs and the veterans of the other program. I didn't think it would be that big of a deal because they were clearly the better team. They were clearly dominating, and then they just happened to have, two fumbles that kept them out of the end zone or at least a field goal in those situations. And you could see once, St. Francis held on to the ball, they kind of pushed around on there a little bit and got those 4 touchdowns in the second quarter.
Cougar fans had to be a little bit concerned about Antoine Campbell with his history, his medical history, and started a little bit slowly. And I was just looking at the halftime stats, 96 yards in the first half. That's not a bad outing. And Phil Houck made an observation down on the sideline. He was taking a hit on that injured knee, no problems.
Well, go for this ball game, and I think maybe just like the team, he kind of got off to a little bit of a slow start, took a couple of those hits, was able to feel confident in that knee that it was going to be able to take some of those hits. And you saw the one run he had right before his touchdown run, pretty tough, breaking 2 or 3 tackles, getting down into the red zone, and then he took it in a couple plays later. So you can tell he's back.
That was highlight film material on that one run. The other, I think, encouraging thing that pops in my mind was the quarterback play. Hunsaker, the 5th-year senior, and he's the guy that Kevin Donnelly really is putting a lot of faith in to run this team and make it happen. However, he's got to also be very, very comfortable seeing, he brought in Jarzab, ran for a touchdown, and Ferrer with 2 touchdowns and 1 to Cam Smith. Again, another highlight film moment. So, again, very promising with a lot of depth at quarterback, apparently.
I mean, isn't that amazing when your backup comes in and gets your first touchdown on a run, and then your third-string guy, your freshman, comes in and throws 2 touchdown passes. It's just, shows you the depth they have at quarterback, and I know with the experience with Hunsaker, but it's going to be nice to have that depth. I mean, Coach Donnelly is obviously looking at what he has. He has that ability in this ball game with the comfortable margin to kind of get some other guys, see what he has. He's got to like what he has at quarterbacks.
You know what? Coming into this ball game, it had some questions with certainly at quarterback. Those have been answered, I think, here at halftime. Down the road, of course, now the Cougars will get 13 days off, basically, until the next action against William Penn. And, I was talking to Coach before the ball game, and I said, you look at this Missouri Baptist team, 9 freshmen, I believe, starting on defense, and it kind of reminds me of '98 when we had a lot of freshmen out there. And he looked at me and says, there's nothing at all similar between us and them, us then and them. They've got all these junior college and D1 transfers. They've got a lot of talent, and you could see it at times, especially on the defensive side, a lot of quickness and good instincts getting to the ball, but you've got to bring it together. It takes chemistry and unity, and they are still a ways from that part.
It kind of takes a little bit of that killer instinct, too, because they go down, have that nice run, they get to the 1-yard line, penalty, loss of yards, sack, and then they have to kick the field goal. And, they made the field goal for their first points of their program, but, you get down to 1, you just got to punch it in. You can't have those mental mistakes or those physical mistakes, missed blocks, things like that. Just got to be able to push it in And I think that's signs of a first-year program. They'll get better. You know, St. Francis, like you said, started out in the same situation. They've been doing pretty well.
Cougars missing Corey Terrell tonight out with an injury, but other than that, they're basically pretty good shape for starting the year, and I think that's another key requisite. Coach is hoping to keep everybody healthy, especially number 5, Antoine Campbell, for the rest of the way. He only played 3 games last year.
Well, you know, I think their whole injury situation was frustrating for him last year. Campbell and Harvey, you know, guys like that, it hurts your depth. And in a game like this, you don't want to have those kind of injuries. You know, you don't want to mess around and, you know, in this heat and keep them hydrated and, you know, just make sure they stay healthy for, like you said, 13 days when they play their week 2 opponents. You don't need to get anybody hurt seriously for the season or half the season in a 35-3 game.
Where are you going tomorrow night?
I'm going to be watching the Heritage Woodland game, ACAC opener. That should be an interesting one.
Greg Jones, the high school editor for the Journal-Gazette. Always enjoy your comments, and we'll look forward to reading your comments about tomorrow morning, tonight's game, and again Saturday morning in the Journal-Gazette for that Heritage Woodland game. We're coming back with more of our halftime coverage, and it's 35-3. We'll take a look at the numbers of the first half when we return. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Let's face it, we're all pressed for time. So, would you like the convenience of being able to do your banking on your schedule? With Fort Financial Credit Union, you can. Saturday and even Sunday hours are offered at all area Meijer store branches. Online bill pay and mobile banking are available 24/7. And now there's even more convenience with our new branch.
Guys, run that second 30 as well. That'll leave us one more before the end of halftime.
APR. And we'll even defer your first payment for up to 90 days. Stop by any of our area.
Sean, you want to take a look at numbers?
My future,
okay,
my family, my Fort.
Matthew F. Hatfield, a health insurance specialist for those aged 65 and older, and for those under age 65 receiving Social Security disability. Matt provides Medicare supplement plans, Medicare Part D prescription drug plans, Medicare Advantage plans, dental, vision, and hearing aid insurance plans, and long-term care insurance plans. For taking good care during the best years of your life, call Matthew F. Hatfield.
See that 397 yards total offense first half. Back at Darcy Stadium, we're about 5 minutes away before the start of this second half, 35-3. Missouri Baptist won the toss, deferred. They'll get the ball to start the second half. Let's bring in Sean McBride and look at some of the first half numbers.
Yeah, Joe, really a tale of 2 different teams here, and lopsided to say the least as far as that goes. But let's run some things down here that really stand out. When we talk about first downs, again, that's offensive productions. So Missouri Baptist with only 3 first downs, and St. Francis with 35. Rushing yards, 4 for Missouri Baptist and 20 for St. Francis.
Let's go down and check in with the judge and the coach.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Coach, you know, last year it was 2 quarterbacks. This year, only you could have 3 quarterbacks.
Well, we've got some talented young men there. We started out a little slow, you know, put the ball on the ground a couple times. Should have a couple more scores right now, but first game of the year, you're going to have that.
A couple of turnovers early, as you just said. Is that just all mistakes you can correct, or is it just jitters?
It's first game, you know, first time you're lining up against somebody with a odd-colored jersey. So.
Okay, well, things have been changed up all over the place for the Cougars, but one thing's for certain, you're in the lead at halftime. Congratulations. Guys, the big statistic at halftime that everybody was talking about in the Cougar world down underneath the stands was 57 plays. The Cougars ran 57 plays in that first half. According to Pat Donnelly, he believes that is the most they have ever run in the 16-year history of this program in a half of football. Back to you.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Phil. And we're just looking at these numbers again, which are very impressive, especially on the offensive side of things for St. Francis. When we look at the and Joe, we talked about this from a balance standpoint as well. Let's look at 28 rushes for 185 yards, passing yards 212. You know, so again, St. Francis really doing a fine job there. 15 of 27, so a little bit better than 50% when it comes to completion percentage. Total offensive plays, the official stats from the box, 55 with, I think, maybe a couple kickoffs. So,
you know, in carrying your point through, just on 27 passing attempts, 28 run attempts. So that's pretty good balance.
Yeah, I would say so. You bet. That's exactly right. So again, when we look at the numbers there, doing a fine job here. Again, for St. Francis, things that they can improve on, call it first game jitters, call it what you will. 2 fumbles, and they lost them both. Missouri Baptist fumbled once and kept the ball. Penalty yards, 4 penalties for 24 yards for Missouri Baptist, 2 penalties for your Cougars at 25 yards. Possession time, really very, very balanced. 14 minutes and 59 seconds for Missouri Baptist, 15 minutes and 1 second for St. Francis. Third down conversions. This is where it hurts, Joe. 1 for 8 for Missouri Baptist. And St. Francis, 100%, 7 for 7 on third down conversions. And in talking with Coach Pat via email, and Phil helped me out with this, getting some good pregame thoughts from the coaching staff. They were very concerned about the production from the quarterback, or quarterbacks, if you will, and they were very concerned about the ability to finish. And when you look at being perfect on third down conversions, that speaks a lot to both points. 1, we can finish and keep that drive alive, and 2, our quarterbacks are doing a great job.
And when you're 4 for 4 in the red zone, that's a good plus as well.
That's right.
Teams back out at halftime with their warm-ups. We're getting ready for the start of the second half. It'll be Missouri Baptist. They'll have a first opportunity to move the football when we return. They're trailing at 35-3. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Hello, Brian Canary here to tell you Union Savings Bank has game-changing rates
move?
and closing costs.
Did we have a Todd Briscoe live?
No, I can do that when we come back.
You'll have time.
And even thousands of dollars less, and we have great rates. Friends don't let friends pay high closing costs.
You want me to just go right into it?
Call me, Brian Canary, at 260-442-6877 for your free and confidential appointment. Union Savings Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 1181098.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear this game, it's thanks to our communication sponsor, Dr. Todd and Mary Briscoe and Briscoe Family Dentistry. Their generous financial support helps make this Redeemer Radio Sports broadcast possible. Do you need emergency dental care? Call Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950. That's 486-9950.
His name is Sean McBride. My name's Joe Parson. The judge, Phil Houck, is with us tonight. A rare appearance. Great to have him back with us tonight, working the sidelines as we get ready for the second half of this ball game. And let's go down and check in with the judge.
You know, regarding my appearance here tonight, Joe, before the game I suggested to Coach Donnelly that if he moves all the games to Thursday night, I could make every game.
He might do that.
Well, if they win every game the way they're going to probably end up winning this game tonight, that might be impossible. But there have been a lot of changes, and one of the big changes is Kevin Donnelly's focus on the defense. And at halftime, Kevin Donnelly was spending his time with the defensive coaches, and in 16 years of me doing this job, he has never done that. That is a new focus for him. The offense, Pat Donnelly's firmly in charge of that in his own corner of the locker room. So it's definitely some changes on the Cougar coaching staff.
Yeah, I'm tempted to say it's never too late to teach an old dog new tricks, but I'm not going to say that.
I wouldn't say that, Jim.
Years ago, though.
Here we go. Here's the kick. Endo ran into the end zone, left to right. It'll come back and take it a yard deep, and momentum carries him back into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and this time a wise decision. They'll bring it out to the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Spartans.
If there's a vote, I would vote for Thursday night college football as well. You guys have sandwiches and mac and cheese here in the booth. This is new to us in the high school realm, I got to tell you that. So the hospitality here at Bishop Darcy Stadium is fantastic.
Well, you know, the linemen are all 275, and up in the press box we're all about 260. So what does that tell you? Here we go. First snap to begin this second half. DeMarco Billups has worked all at quarterback so far tonight. He's under center with a running back lined up behind him. They'll run the ball up the middle, and the Cougars sniffed that out, and it's going nowhere.
Yeah, they tried to flow that play to the left side and get some momentum on a little counter and trying to find a seam through the middle. There was no seam. Again, St. Francis blew it up, and might even be a very small loss on the play, but certainly no gain.
J.P. Lowry did most of the carries of the football in the first half, 11 carries for 55 yards. But Antonio Barton carried just 3 times for a couple of net yards, and not much after that. So no gain, 2nd down and 10. Cougars with Dinoco, and now it's a 3-man defensive front.
So again, we see this as more of a deep pass protection or a flats protection here. Let's see what they do.
Billups does hand the ball off, and there's a bit of a run to the right side, but Antonio Barton got hit from, and he got smashed from behind. Yeah. But he does bring it across the 30 to the 31, so that'll be a positive gain, but it'll bring up 3rd down and about 5.
And that's what can happen when you put in a 3-man front. It gives the offensive line another opportunity to find a hole through the middle, and that's what they did that time because the 4th man was missing. Nice job of converging on the ball by St. Francis and limiting that gain and bringing up a 3rd and 5.
As we mentioned, big, huge offensive line. They average 307 a man, tackle to tackle. Brandon Palmer at center, and he's 330. He'll snap the ball. Billups on 3rd down. Short drop. Looks, throws near side. Here going down for it is Cole Lima. Lima gathers it in, but short of the 1st down, I believe. Now, penalty flag. Bruce was back there with one of the linemen, the offensive lineman, Frank Campbell. And let's see what we have here.
Yeah, getting a little chippy, a little after the play penalty here as these two guys were kind of scuffling back near the 20-yard line. St. Francis came on a blitz that time, and Missouri Baptist did a nice job picking it up and a nice quick release. They able to get some positive yards, but let's see what this penalty does here.
Brandon Bouchillard, referee tonight, talking with a couple of his stripes in crew.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike on offense, number 77. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike, number 40 of the defense. Those penalties will offset the result of the play, 3rd down.
Offsetting penalties on the personal fouls. Both sides guilty, so that'll bring up 4th down. 4th down at about 1. And Missouri Baptist looks like they might be thinking about running a play with the ball at their own 34. Now they're going to bring the punt team in. Wisdom over
bravado.
Yeah.
On the punt for the Spartans.
Tyler Hack on to punt the ball. First half he had 5 punts, averaged 37.6, had a long of 46 yards.
You know, and he's not a big kid, Joe, but he's got a big leg. He really does, doing a nice job.
We have really been fortunate, especially last year. Colin Carmen with St. Francis, and here's a short hop in there. He got the kick away. It might have been partially blocked.
I think I heard that. Yep.
And off to the near side, out of bounds. We saw it land at the 46, but of St. Francis, but that it's going to be marked right at midfield, so great field position for St. Francis.
I see down here near the 30-yard line, Zach Bruce is having a pleasant conversation with the head coach, Kevin Donnelly, probably exchanging recipes, and Zach getting a little earful from Coach.
I can tell you from experience, Coach D does have a way of getting his point across. Make no mistake about it. Been on the receiving end of a couple of those fatherly lectures throughout the years.
Winningest program in the state, right?
And for a reason.
That's right. Yep.
He is the boss. 1st and 10 with the ball at midfield. Hunsaker in there at quarterback to start the 2nd half. He was 11 of 20 through the air in the 1st half, 113 yards. And they'll hand the ball off, and here's a nice spin run to the left side, and boy, that's good for a 1st down.
Yeah, Aaron Harris that time on the carry, doing a nice job following his blocks, finding some room, and that's going to be very close to a 10-yard run.
Play by number 2, Kahigi Allen, and number 6, Bradley Broussard.
Let's see if they give it to him. Might be just shy.
Yeah, they're going to mark it. Nose of the football just outside the Spartan 40. 2nd down and about a half a yard. Hunsaker again, out of the pistol, wants to throw. Drops straight back. Now looks right side, looking for Appenzeller, and again just over the 5'9" receiver's outstretched right arm. That time Hunsaker trying to put a little bit of air under it and allow Appenzeller to run underneath the ball, but it didn't work out.
It was a straight fly from the slot position, and he was outrunning his defender that time, but the ball was just overthrown, like you said, Joe, about a foot and a half. And if they would have connected, he would have streaked right into the end zone for a score.
Now Jarzab comes in. He was the 2nd quarterback, and they run out of that diamond formation, 2 halfbacks. Play clock is down to 12. They've got time as Jarzab out of the pistol alignment again. Movement, and that may be an automatic 1st down again. Doesn't matter who they've got at quarterback. Hunsaker was having great success drawing them off sides with a little staccato cadence count, and Jarzab apparently is going to be the same. Well, we'll see if it does.
Yeah.
Offsides, defense, 71.
You called it, Joe.
Result of play, 1st down.
Spartans had 4 penalties for 24. 24 yards in the first half, and I bet you 3 of them were encroachment calls.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And a hold, I believe, maybe. Yeah.
So now it'll be an automatic first down. That'll take the ball down to the 36-yard line of Missouri Baptist. By the way, they are back on the road on Saturday, September 13th at Oklahoma Baptist. Here we go. So Jarzab stays in, fakes to the first back through, keeps it himself, rolls to the left. He's got a first down, carrying tackle. Got a chance down the left sideline, spins, dives for the end zone. Did he get in? No. Looks like he's out of bounds, just short of the goal line.
Misdirection, totally a quarterback keeper on that side, on the left side. Jarzab really showing some great speed, keeping up with his blockers there in front of him, finding some room out there and setting up a 1st and goal.
So they'll stay in that same formation. It'll be 1st and goal from, and now they say it's at the 2 officially. And this time they will run the ball and backpedaling into the end zone. An easy touchdown run that time for Aaron Harris. So Harris gets the score at the 11:52 mark, backing into the end zone. 2 yards on the touchdown run.
It made it look easy. Again, Aaron Harris checking in at 5'9", 203. In front of him was Jason Nicodemus, 5'9", 214. You get that low center of gravity moving in one direction together, it's hard to stop him.
Cougars at the 41-point plateau now. Nix will come on to try to make it 42. Jarzab stays on. He's the holder. Right-footed kick, end over end on the way, and good. 42-3. St. Francis in command here at home on this home opener under the lights at Darcy Stadium. And we'll be back after a timeout. This is Cougar Football Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Hi, sports fan. Sean McBride here, inviting you to...
Did you get the H&L in? You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought
wait, the second H&L?
Yeah.
No, I got communications.
Professionalism, cleanliness,
I got
and
Briscoe.
a family-friendly atmosphere.
Okay, in the third quarter I have an H&L.
I need to do that.
Okay.
125. At 485-6981. It's my barbershop of choice. That's St. Joe Center Barbershop at 485-6981.
Well, it helps when you get good field position. The Cougars did after Missouri Baptist, a bad punt that was partially deflected out of bounds at midfield, and that turns into points on the board on the 2-yard touchdown run by Aaron Harris.
Next to kick off for the Cougars.
Folks, Redeemer Radio Sports thanks H&L Electric for being our travel sponsor for today's game. For all your electrical contracting needs, call H&L Electric at 260-402-3541.
Nick's kicking the ball off as well. Well, did he get it foot into that one?
Look at that.
Yard deep, and they'll take and I thought, that one was going to go across the end line when it first took off. But as it is, it'll be a touchback coming onto the 25-yard line, and here come the Spartans trying to get things going. They have scored here tonight. Shut out a week ago at Southeast Missouri, 77-0. Right now it's 42-3. They got a 30-yard field goal. So their first points in their collegiate football career.
And Joe, one of the things maybe we failed to talk enough about so far, maybe special teams for St. Francis. Again, setting up the offense on good returns, pinning deep the return men for Missouri Baptist. Special teams doing a fine job for the Cougars tonight.
And the kicking game in particular.
Yes.
Here's a play-action fake. Billups rolls to the right side, wants to throw, but he can run. He's at the 30-yard line. He's got a first down across the 35 up to about the 37, maybe the 30, well, all the way up close to the 40.
Yeah, nice run that time. That'll be enough to move the chains for Missouri Baptist. And good individual effort by the quarterback to find some space and go north and south.
Billups really didn't show a lot of inclination to want to run the football in the first half, but coaches obviously, one of the adjustments they've made, and they've got improving field position now, 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Inside 11.5 minutes, time remaining here in the third quarter. 42-3, St. Francis, ranked number 6. Here's the pass over the middle, and that's a short hop ball. That should be no good, and it is no good. As Kalen Petty says, guys will always try to, debate a little bit. Hey, I caught it off the turf, Mr. Official. No, you didn't.
No, you sure didn't. Again, that was thrown too low. A little skip there. Official was positioned perfectly to make that call. And again, it would have been covered up for a 5-yard gain anyway. But again, the incompletion results in a loss of down.
Jeffrey Jones has come in again defensively for St. Francis. He's the man defensive nose tackle. in a 3-down alignment set defensively for St. Francis. Deep handoff. Here's a cut to the left and nice run up the middle. Got a little seam that time. Ball's free though, and St. Francis thinks they've got it. We'll wait for the officials. It's down on contact all the way up at the 48-yard line.
Big scrum. They're pulling kids off right now. The umpire has the ball. What is the call?
Down on contact.
Down on contact at the 48. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, that side judge quickly was coming out there and indicating. So that saves Missouri Baptist a turnover, and they'll have 3rd down and about 2.5.
It was a nice gain going right through the middle that time. He must have lost the ball upon contact of the field.
Phillips under center. Lowry's the running back. And they'll give the ball to Lowry straight ahead. Did he get there? I don't know.
Oh,
might have.
I don't know that he did. Oh, generous spot.
Yeah. I didn't think he got to midfield, but the officials, I don't know whether he reached down with the ball to, but they're going to give him the 1st down and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, standing right there at the 50-yard line. That seems generous to me, but again, we're not down on the field, Joe, so.
First and 10. Spartans trying to get their first ever touchdown. Shut out last week. They have a field goal here tonight. They've got 2 wide to the right, the short side of the field. Phillips has been by and large under center most of this ball game with 1 running back. Lowry in there, but he wants to throw again. Flush to his right, got running room again, and tripped up, still on his feet, and slides down to the Cougar 35-yard line.
Very nice job by the quarterback that time, doing just a fantastic job of recognizing the deep coverage. He was not going to get the pass off, so Billups decides to tuck it and run early, and it pays off very well, all the way into Cougar territory, down to the 35.
Jones had a shot at him. He dropped back in coverage and right about the 40, but couldn't make the play. And back-to-back 1st downs now for the young Spartans. With 9:50 remaining in the quarter, it'll be 1st and 10 at the USF 35. They'll run the ball this time. An off-tackle run to the left, a hard run by Lowry, trying to bring it down to about the 32-yard line, maybe the 31, as the Cougars wrap them up.
Spartan on the carry.
Yeah, a little ISO left. The defensive end was kicked out, but a great job that time by the outside linebacker, Kiermaier, to come over and fill that spot and limit the gain to about 3, possibly 4.
I said Lowry, but actually it was Antonio Barton in on that carry, the young freshman. He'll pick up about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6.
Looks like St. Francis again lining up in that 3-4 defense.
Everybody cover 2 safeties back, standing back at their own 20-yard line. Straight eye formation, first time we've seen that set tonight. Deep handoff and a run to the left, nothing doing that time. St. Francis closed it off quickly as coming up there, and great run support as they got help as Steve Kiermaier also came up, had a hand on the tackle.
Yeah, Sparks and Kiermaier combined on that tackle right there, right at the line of scrimmage for no gain at the 31-yard line. And again, doing a fine job, especially with that 3-man front.
3rd down and let's call it 6. Ball squarely at the St. Francis 31-yard line now. And some new numbers in there. Let's look at Mike Bikert, freshman wideout, part of a Twins package out to the right side. 1 running back, Lowry's back in there. Billups wants to throw, drops straight, flush to the right. He's got running room, throws, he's got a catch for a 1st down. Down inside the 20 and close to the 17-yard line. As he hooked up, I think that was Terrence Brunson.
Yeah, I think you're right. Number 13, Terrence Brunson. And what was impressive on that, Joe, is the quarterback rolling to his right, hitting a receiver that was coming back across field to the left side. And he hit him right there on the numbers in the midfield. So nice job. Great athleticism on display by Missouri Baptist.
Billups, when he's had time, it's when he's been rolling to his right, the wide side. And that's his throwing arm side as well, so he's had some time to spot some receivers.
He's got pressure.
Steps up, now he's going to run. He's at the 15, to the 10, cuts to the 5, and chopped down short of the goal line inside the 3. And it'll be 1st and goal as Missouri Baptist trying to counter and get their first ever touchdown.
Well, again, a great job by that quarterback evading the blitz that time. They brought the heat, and when you bring that heat, Joe, there's nobody left at the 2nd level, and that's how he was able to find himself inside the red zone, down to the 4-yard line, getting ready to possibly put some more points on the board for the Spartans.
Matt Muncie checking into the game defensively for St. Francis. Also Barton's back out there, and he's offset to the right. They've got 2 wide to the right side, and here is Billups, had to get rid of it and threw it away. The rush was coming as they had great pressure on them that time, as St. Francis was bringing number 94, Drew Durnell.
I think somebody forgot to block him. I mean, he was there at the transaction. Wow, he did a slim move or did something to cut the center, because he was right there at the A-gap and just blew that completely up.
So the incomplete pass brings the ball back to the 3. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 3-yard line. Scoreboard clock still got 1st down, but 7:16 remaining in the quarter. And they've got an offset formation to the right side. They'll hand the ball to Barton straight ahead. And inside the 2, did he get to the 1? And now they're going to wait and see. Is he close to, did he break the plane of the goal? Apparently not. No decision yet by the officials whether he's into the end zone or not. Still looking, unpiling. And Missouri Baptist thinks they've got a touchdown, but the official...
St. Francis says they have the ball. Phil, what do you see down there?
St. Francis recovered a fumble right on the goal line. The linesman was going to mark the ball down at the 1-yard line, so he felt that the ball carrier was well short, but the ball popped out before that happened, and St. Francis came up with the fumble. I didn't see who got it. I will get that information for you. Back to you.
So we were in doubt whether it was a touchdown. It was not, and it was a fumble recovery. St. Francis, their first turnover forced from the positive standpoint. That's the good news. Now they'll take over the football. I believe the bad news, they're going to have it, back at the 1, or is there a penalty?
First and 99, it sounds like.
Well,
with the recovery in the end zone,
Baptist still haven't scored a touchdown in the history of their program.
And the ball's coming out to the 20-yard line. Phil, you're going to have to sort this one out for you. Was it recovered in the end zone?
They put it at the 20. Yeah, that's kind of bizarre. But again, Joe, while Phil figures that out for us, again, another mistake at the 1-yard line for Missouri Baptist. Remember last time it was a penalty, it moved them back and they had to settle for a field goal. This time a fumble turns the ball over and no chance at a touchdown.
So a little better field position to work with as well, as Jarzab stays in and hands the ball off. And here's a run up to about the 24-yard line.
Garrett Harvey on it, Gary.
Garrett Harvey for the first time tonight, I believe, the senior, 231-pound senior. Hard-running and hard-nosed running back. He'll pick up 5 yards nearly.
Tremont Davis.
Nice power formation right there, and taking it right up the gut.
Jarzab again, looking to Harvey again, and a nice cut to the right side, trying to straight arm one, got to the 25, just could not quite get away. He's going to be picking up only about a yard that time. 3rd down and still about 4.
I'm trying to find the DB on that play because he did a nice job of staying with Harvey. It looks like number 35 on the tackle that time for Missouri Baptist, and still trying to find his name.
Kevin Good.
Yeah, Kevin Good. So just staying with that running back and doing a nice job.
Cougars trying to get to their own 30-yard line on this snap. Jarzab wants to throw, looks left side, got the quick curl pattern and a catch for the 1st down. So good execution. The Cougars come up with a big play. They'll have the ball and maintain possession of the football as that catch was made. We'll check it for you right quick, as all the numbers are different on my roster, but that was John Nomchev. And let's go down and check in quickly with Phil.
Jalen McIntyre, freshman defensive back, on the fumble recovery, and the fumble recovery was in the end zone. The ball popped out at the 1-yard line into the end zone, thus the touchback. And Joe, expect to see a lot of different numbers down here.
Yeah.
It is 1st down and 10. Motion behind the line of scrimmage, and here is the handoff. Garrett Harvey trying to slide his way to the left. He had a couple of yards and then runs into a wall, pushed back from the 34-yard line.
Clearly what we're seeing, we got a helmet off. Might be getting chippy there. They're blowing the whistle to stop the play. Got a Cougar with the helmet off. We're not seeing the big 4 to 5 yard push from the offensive line at this point, Joe. So clearly I think we've had some substitutions possibly up front. Some clean jerseys are in there. Some pups are getting some playing time for the St. Francis Cougars.
Sean Boswell in that last snap of the football. As we mentioned, just a lot of guys. So we'll start going to work here, looking a little closer at this. Monte McDowell's been in tonight. Nomchev, as we mentioned, out of Zionsville, a redshirt freshman, getting some reps. A gain was 2, 2nd down and 8. And here's Jarzab, a lot of time in the pocket, rolls right, now a penalty flag thrown, throws it downfield as far as he can. That ball is picked off as Nelson has got it and returns it upfield to across the 45-yard line. So good play that time by Daniel Foster it was with the pick. And we'll check the penalty, otherwise it's going to be Spartans ball. Their third turnover forced by against USF, and they'll have it up just short of midfield.
Yeah, Sean Boswell, number 19, the intended receiver that time for the Cougars. The ball sailed a little bit.
Interception will stand.
Interception will stand. So yeah, the ball sailed a little bit, allowed the DB to get up underneath it and cut that route, and resulted in a nice interception for the Spartans.
They'll have the ball, very good field position near midfield at the 48-yard line. 42-3 is our score. Cougars with a big second quarter. They had 28 points on the score after leading at 7-0 at the end of the first 15 minutes.
Well, and again, let's see how Missouri responds to this adversity. Again, the previous drive taken down to the 1-yard line and the ball coughed up. Let's see what they do here to see if they can respond.
Lowry getting the call, straight ahead carry, tripped up. He'll gain a yard maybe, just short of the 49-yard line. J.P. Lowry, freshman, 190-pounder, 5'9". Barton goes 5'9". They do have Tredarius Burgess, who's been returning. And he's 5'10". Not a lot of the height, a lot of these running backs. Sometimes that can work for you, though, and you get kind of lost behind 300-pound linemen. Second down and 9. Billups gone all the way at quarterback. Looks to hand it off again. Angled run to the right, and that's into Cougar territory, but only a yard and a half. And so they'll bring up still third down and long, third and about 7 coming up.
The in to clean up on that play, number 93, Christian Johnson, defensive end, freshman, checks in at 6'2", 269 for the Cougars, wearing number 93 on the D-end position on this side. Also in there right now, Drew Durnell, defensive tackle. He's a sophomore, 6'3", 238, number 94. And the man in the middle, nose tackle, we're going to get a check on him too as well.
We're working with Davis, Jeff Davis, as one of the backups. And Billups, long count from the line of scrimmage on third down and 5. Straight drop, has some time, looking, throws over the middle, knifed away, nearly intercepted. Wow. That was in and out of the hands of great chance to intercept the ball. That was Matt Muncy. That was another gift, but he could not find the handle.
Yeah, you got to come up with those. Again, we need receivers and guys that catch the ball, not drop them.
Well, the Cougars back here at Darcy Stadium 9 days from now on 12 noon on September the 13th. They'll take on the William Penn University Statesmen. 12 noon our kickoff time, and pregame on Redeemer Radio at 11:45. Hack in to punt the ball away, waits at the 37. Rush is coming, got it away high, wobbly ball into the nighttime sky, and Dabler decoyed, ran up to the ball, called for a catch, but had no intention. It'll trickle into the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Nice job. Well, again, unfortunately, if you're a Missouri fan, they were not able to capitalize on the interception. They go 3 and out. And again, that previous drive on offense was a real disappointment for them. It'll be interesting to see if they're able to put something together for the rest of the night here, Joe.
And correct me, Sean, but wasn't that twice now? They've been down in the red zone, down to the 1.
Oh, yeah.
And come away with zip.
Yeah, well, the first one, they were down at the 1, then they got that penalty, and they had to settle for that field goal. The first points they've ever scored was at 3 points. But this time, again, they're down at the 1, and they don't get anything out of it.
One thing I've been impressed with the Spartans, they do have quickness in the secondary. They rally to the football very, very well. Diamond formation for St. Francis now with 2 halfbacks in the tailback. And they look to one of the backs and a cut to the right side across the 20 and up close to the 25-yard line. And we'll go to work once again as Jarzab, the quarterback. We can tell you that.
49? I believe that's number 49, Jared
Mouse. The ball carrier.
Yeah.
He's listed as a wingback.
Yes.
And in there running the football, they've got Sean Boswell coming in, another wingback. Oh, back in the day, Kevin Donnelly's staple was the run and shoot offense. But you gotta go with the times. That's and go what works for you.
A win's a win.
Now they got a wide out. That's Colin Hariff to the left. And run up the middle. They got to get to the 30 for a first down, and that's where they mark the football. They should move the chains.
Yeah, a little dive play to the right side. Follow your fullback through. follow the halfback through with the tailback. And doing a nice job, gets it out for a first down.
You know, John, it's a great opportunity. You got a big lead, 42-3. Let's get some players in, and you know, through the two-a-days and the preseason practices, banging on each other, and really a chance for Coach Donnelly and his coaching staff to see what do we really have, because depth is always a big plus. Here's a little counter run off to the left side, angled run to the left across the 30 to the 32-yard line.
You know what, Joe, it's games like these that are really tremendous and important, especially for these young guys as well, because this is payday. All right, let's think about this. You put in all this work. You put in the two-a-days. You're putting in blood, sweat, and tears. You're going up against your starting team. You're the scout team. And now this is your payday. You get to enjoy this game. You're out here under the lights with a very nice crowd. This is how you get paid as a football player.
Jarzab getting a lot of snaps now at quarterback. That was a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. We're inside of 90 seconds. Time remaining in the quarter. Play action fake, wants to throw, evades the rush, rolls to his left, throws. That one is caught and then dropped in and out of the hands. It would have been good up the 42-yard line.
Great poise that time. You try and catch that number. I'm going to talk about Jarzab right here because, again, he was rolling out to the left, had a defender right in his face, showed some great composure to evade the tackle, roll out left again, and try and fire that ball down the field to, I believe it was number 23.
That was Garrett Harvey.
Yeah, Garrett Harvey, who unfortunately dropped the ball.
Now it's 3rd down. Clock stopped with 1:19 remaining in the quarter. Again, they've got to get up across the 42, about the 41-yard line. This time, trips wide to the right side. They reset. Play clock is at 11. Plenty of time. And Jarzab now rolls to his right, buying time. He can run, but he'll throw. And he's got a catch. And right about the first down stick. Nice out-pattern run that time by John Nomchef out of Zionsville. And in on the fingertips with the catch and a first down, they move the chain.
And great job by Nomchef in being aware of where he is on the field because, again, he was coming back to catch that ball, and just a tremendous job for him to know, look, I need to be right at the 43 to move these chains, and that's exactly where he went out of bounds.
That's a great point, Sean, because a lot of times the receivers, they're focused on trying to help the quarterback, but they lose sight of where they got to be to convert to pick up the first down. Nomchek did do that job. Counter run again, and trying to find some running room. Not much there that time for the Cougar ball carrier, as they went back. One of the guys we mentioned, Jared Naus, the freshman out of St. Mary's, played for the Rough Riders.
There you go. Again, hats off to these kids. Jared, 5'9", 167, going right into the heart of that defensive line. So hats off to you, young man. You're brave.
You know, you work at this as long as I've had. You've been in a lot of places. You've worked on just basically everywhere. Somebody said, well, you can't keep a job, right? I guess so. We have been doing this one for 17 years,
there
though.
You go.
Play action fake. Jarzab. Will he run? Throws the ball down. Oh, that time they had outstretched hand incomplete. Trying to hook up again with Nomchef. And just off his right outstretched. And so many times tonight, Appenzeller comes to mind. They had him in the open, but just the pass a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's very disappointing. Again, fingertips all night. It has to be, what, half a dozen at least, Joe, that they could have been receptions, but they are off the fingertips or just off the hands. That one was the outstretched right hand of Nomchef, and just can't bring it in.
We've had just one score so far in the second half. It was 35-3 at halftime. That was on the 2-yard touchdown run by Aaron Harris. Now we're down to the final 10 seconds and 3rd and 10. And St. Francis is going to take a timeout right here. So they'll talk things over. 42-3 our score. And we'll be back to Darcy Stadium. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Experian Staffing, locally owned by the Pentenberg family, excels in finding the best candidates for industrial or clerical, customer service, non-clinical healthcare, IT, and professional direct hire placements. Experian clients are accustomed to getting the right employees at the right time, every time. Experian Staffing supports the proud excellence of the Dwayne Saints and the
no cramps by anybody.
No. Whether you're seeking your next career or searching for
that's interesting.
Call us at 260-496-9900 or visit us on the web at experian.com/FTWayne.
It was 83 degrees at kickoff, very warm, very humid. They said heat index around 87 degrees, and normally, Sean McBride, you might see a lot of, timeouts for leg cramps, things like that, but we really haven't seen that lot tonight.
Yeah, not a whole lot whatsoever, Joe. You make a good point of that, especially this time of the year when the pads are initially popping, when they're just starting out, and the temperature is so high, the chances for cramps are elevated. And knock on wood, these kids are surviving it.
Maybe that speaks to the conditioning a little bit.
Could very well be.
Here we go, 3rd down and 10. Now they're going to check off and reset. Play clock is at 8. Jarzab now changing the play at the line of scrimmage. So they've got to get to the 47-yard line. Jarzab time in the pocket, looking, steps up, and he's going to be wrapped up and dropped. Could not find anybody. That time of coverage sack back around the 41, and St. Francis will kick the ball away.
You know, that's unfortunate too, because Mike Brevard came in and did a nice job of cutting that defensive end, took him down to the carpet, and unfortunately the quarterback was not able to get the ball away, so that same defensive end got up from his block, chased him down, and it was a tackle for loss, a sack on that play.
Well, we'll have to wait for that punt. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. 42-3 is our score. St. Francis ranked number 6 en route to their home opening victory, they hope. We'll be back. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM. Guys, let's run those 230s. We'll have time for them.
A family-owned business.
All right. Oh, wait a minute. No. Just run the 130. Well, no, this is the end of the quarter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can run. Sorry, run them both.
We do all types of auto.
I'm going to get a water.
Be it brakes, alignment, or just fix your air conditioning. Time Steel Tire, North Clinton, or Illinois Road. Give us a try. You'll be glad you did.
A clean office space. Okay, that's an easy choice. And choosing the right company to clean your business is easy too. Sioka's Professional Cleaning is the choice of a lot of Fort Wayne companies because of the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Sioka's does it with built-in check systems to make sure your business is cleaned beyond your expectations every time. First impressions are critical, so make sure yours is always the best with professional cleaning from Sioka's. The best people, the best service. 483-2112 or online at siokas.com.
Back at Darcy Stadium with Sean McBride and the judge Phil Houck. Josh Spitnail out of Snyder High School. His first punt for the Cougars, and it sailed up into the night skies. And in fact, it was a fair catch called, not made, but it'll be down by one of the Cougars way up downfield, I should say, at around the 20. Well, let's see where they're going to mark the ball. Touched at around the 20-yard. Put it down.
Joe, I saw Josh twice last year, once against Bishop Lewis and once against Bishop Wenger. This kid's got a leg and a half, and so happy to see him out here playing for the Cougars. He's going to be a great asset.
Spartan show offset formation to the right as they run the ball up the middle and trying to find some running room. One of the lead linemen there, Steven Gorzica, goes, he's just a little guy, a sophomore, 315. 6'3". We used to call those guys biscuit, you know. But all these guys are over 300 pounds.
Yeah.
They weren't just a biscuit short of 300.
No. They're like trees with feet. I tell you what, man.
Barton on the carry.
So a gain is 1. And Toriel Barton on the carry for a yard pickup. 2nd down and 9. We've not seen Jordan Norwine. They've gone all the way tonight with DeMarco Billups, the 6'3" junior transfer out of a community college. And they're going to stay, let's see, they flip-flop some personnel now to the right side. 3 wide to the right on 2nd and long. Billups, though, under center's got motion. Back behind the line of scrimmage. From right to left, they'll run that ball. Handoff comes to Lowry. Lowry trying to pick his way inside the boundary down to up across the 25. May have stepped out of bounds right there.
I tell you what, Joe, I really like Lowry's attitude when he runs the ball. I mean, he is just out to hit somebody and make some noise for his team. And really, with a program like this is exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for a leader to emerge out of the backfield, give you some strength and somebody to get behind. And I think Lowry's that guy for Missouri Baptist.
He did go out of bounds up around the 20, just across the 26-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down. Let's call it a short 4. They've got to get up to the 30-yard line from the just about the left side hash mark is where they'll snap the ball. Billups again under center. I formation offset to the right side. A little motion near side by Lima. Here's the throw in the slot. They've got a catch and bouncing off the tackle. Still on his feet. They'll pick up the 1st down. That's a good run after the catch They're breaking a couple of tackles that time by the receiver, Kalen Petty.
Yeah, Petty did a nice job getting rid of 3 tackles right in a row by just being physical. He out-physicaled the defensive backs, and then it took 2 other DBs to bring him down just shy of the 40-yard line. So nice hard running that time by number 25 for the Spartans.
Brandon Allman is checked in to the Cougar defensive secondary right now, and with 12:55 remaining, a lot of numbers. We've seen that actually early on. Late in the second quarter, we started seeing some of the new Cougars. There's a run. Lowry trying to turn the corner, and he does.
There he goes.
45-50. He's got a chance. Inside the 35 to the 30 is going to be caught up to and dropped inside the 15-yard line somewhere. They're going to say stepped out of bounds somewhere around the, still marking it off. Let's say around the 16.
Yeah, 15, 16, something like that.
Number 18, Shannon Swain of the Cougars.
Yeah,
right
looking
at the
at the
50.
far side of the field. Right at 15, yeah.
Well, twice they've been down to the 1, and they have only a field goal to show for it, and they still would like to pick up their first ever scoring touchdown. But there'll be a timeout called by the Cougar defense with 12:30 remaining in this ball game. We'll keep things right here. I'll tell you what, we'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back after this word. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Second timeout.
I'll save that final 60 for the end of the game. Back, everybody. Still 12 and a half minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. St. Francis commanding lead, 42-3, but a very good scoring opportunity now. 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, we talked about Lowry, and boy, he took off like a shot right there on that run and put him in great field position inside the red zone. Let's see what they can do with this one.
Barton now comes back in, though, as the tailback in the straight eye formation. Billups under center. Looking and hands the ball off, and Barton trying to feel his way up the middle, and he brings it to the 10, maybe another yard to the 9-yard line. Antonio Barton had 1 catch last week for 19 yards. Has been relegated more to a backup tailback in so far the game tonight, but
well, doing a nice job there. Nice run right through the dive through the middle. Really nice big push by the men up front. After that timeout, they must have clearly gotten a breath and a splash. A lot of energy on that play expended, and they're looking at 2nd and short now.
They got the ball at the 9. They can pick up a first down at about the 6. And here we go again. They'll run the ball, and St. Francis this time does finish. They wrap up and finish the tackle. Lowry going nowhere. A little more determination and purpose that time by the Cougar up front.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They got in there and blew it up. Lucas Sparks, number 54, shed his blocker. Great penetration that time and stuffed the run at the 9-yard line.
You know, we've got to remember that when you see these, and forgive the term, second-teamers, third-teamers, they're out to prove a point that they belong. They can play in the first team anytime that coach sees fit.
That's
so
exactly
they're trying to make a statement.
Yep.
Now Lowry offset to the right side. A roll by Billups to the right, looking to throw. Takes a look, cuts to the 10. He's inside the 5, slides down to the 3. Says he was late, but and there is a penalty flag. He sold it.
He did. Sold it like a used car. Oh my goodness. Late flag dumped out by the line judge there.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, after the quarterback complained of the late hit.
It was a quick slide.
Yeah.
Personal foul.
They do call it.
Hit on the defense,
wow, that's a tough one.
Half the distance to the
because he didn't decide to slide until the last second and just did with a quick slide. And you know, if you're coming in there, you've committed with momentum.
Well, that's right. What are you supposed to do? You know, boy, I don't know if I agree with that one. Clearly, obviously, I don't. But anyway. We're talking about football, Joe. It's a great football weekend here on Redeemer Radio. Obviously, tonight's game, the St. Francis is going to walk away with a big win. Tomorrow night, SAC football on Redeemer Radio. And Sunday at 12:30, CYO football right here from Darcy Stadium, right on Redeemer Radio.
They'll run the ball again and diving for the end zone, and Lowry in for a touchdown. Officially a run of 2 yards.
J.P. Lowry on the carry.
So J.P. Lowry gets them on the board. Their first ever scoring touchdown. 2-yard carry at the 10:53 mark.
Kind of fitting on that drive, Joe. Lowry put them in position inside the red zone with that huge run down to the 15. Good for him to finish off this drive by scoring 6 points.
By the way, Sean, who you got on Sunday in that CYO?
Yeah, you know, I think I'm going to have to check my records, but this should be a great game, honestly. I think it's going to be St. Charles versus St. John, St. Joe. So St. John, Fort Wayne taking on St. Charles. And both of these teams, I've seen them already this year, Joe. They are loaded. So it's going to be a great contest here. Again, 12:30 Sunday right here at Bishop Darcy Stadium.
42-10, the kick was made. So a big step forward for Missouri Baptist after being on the short end of a 77-0 score a week ago. They've given up 42 here tonight, but don't forget it was a 35-3 halftime score, right. And St. Francis with just one more touchdown. That's been offset now by the Spartans. You know, wild thought, would they be tempted to go onside here?
I at some point would, sure, why not? It's a live game situation. You know, I don't know that it really is going to be detrimental. Let's work on it. Let's see what happens, right? Sure, why not? Absolutely. Let's say, you know, if the coach gets squirrely and he says, you know what, we're gonna throw down the gauntlet here and see what happens.
I mean, when you get down to it, what's the difference if you give up 40 or 50?
Right, exactly. Yeah, precisely right.
And number 37, Aaron Harris.
So the Cougars back deep, and Charles Gaston is going to get a shot out of Bishop Luers.
Yeah.
Waits at the 5-yard line. I know you saw a lot of him.
If he gets an opportunity, you got to watch out for him.
And Gaston from the 1. Brings it across the 5 to the 10, 15, cuts up the middle, 20, 25, 30, gets to the outside, trying to step out of a tackle to the 30-yard line, and he was that close, Sean, to getting maybe another 10 yards.
Yeah, I tell you what, Charles Gaston, he is a speedster. We saw him wearing number 3 for Bishop Luers, 3-year starter, as I recall, or at least I've seen him for a long time with Bishop Luers. Great to see him wearing the silver and blue here for St. Francis, because this kid, you got to keep an eye on him. He is fast.
And he was so hoping that shoe would come loose, because that's where they had him grabbed.
Yeah.
He lunged it a couple of times, but it stayed on.
Yeah, so a nice 20-yard return there by Gaston out of Bishop Luers.
So the Cougar offense comes back onto the field once again. They lead at 42-10 now. And Jarzab will roll to the left, wants to throw, looks, and he's got Gaston for the catch up around the 32, and he backpedals out of bounds. So showed a little strength after that catch as well.
Yeah, trying to get out of the grasp, he couldn't. He finally twisted out of bounds close to the 35. So again, it should be a nice 4-yard gainer there for St. Francis, and it looks like same players are staying in.
5'9", 170-pounder, redshirt freshman out of Luers, as we mentioned. 2nd down and 6. Jarzab with 3 wide to the right side, but they'll run the ball, and there's a little bit of a hole. That might be Garrett Harvey in there as he brings it up to the 40. Now they're going to mark him down at the 39. That'll leave him about a yard, maybe a yard and a half short of the first down.
Harvey doing a nice job with that blast on the right side, getting a lot of momentum and a good push up front and just trying to take everybody with him. Gets very close to the first down marker, and 3rd and 1, Joe, you called it.
DJ Manning has come into the ball game now. Got to have that roster handy.
Yeah.
Short yardage call. Got 1 wide to the right. That's Nomchev out there. And they assume the diamond formation, the inverted wishbone, if you will. Counter run. That's a 1st down. Spinning.
Noss.
Good run that time by Noss.
Number 49, a little off tackle on the right side. Will plenty for a 1st down. And hitting the hole very fast and taking it into the secondary.
So the Rough Rider out of St. Mary's, Ohio, picks up the 1st down. And they'll mark it 1st and 10 up at the 46-yard line. Clock is moving. We'll approach inside of 9 minutes before this play is done. As a little stop-and-go move once again by that new number, as we've just mentioned, DJ Manning coming in.
DJ Manning, the ball carrier.
As he'll get it into Spartan territory to about the 47-yard line.
Another St. Mary's product here. Manning is a sophomore, showing some great patience right at the line of scrimmage, waiting for the block to develop and then doing a jump step to get through it.
Kind of went to that 2nd gear when he saw the hole develop. 2nd and short down with 8:44 remaining. And hand up the middle in a big hole for a 1st down to Much Bourne. Big fella rolls inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line. Tell a little different look.
Haydock on the carry.
Zachbo Haydock out of Woodland. Yeah, his dad coaches out of Woodland. And Zachbo played quarterback for those guys and is now repurposed as a running back for St. Francis.
Sean, I said big fella, 235.
Yeah. Well, he used to be quarterback, Joe. Imagine that. Yeah.
Here we go again. So the Cougars keeping it on the ground, and they look again. The second back through the hole. This time not much there on the handoff to DJ Manning. Tripped up. I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage. So good defense that time by the Spartans as James McMahon, freshman defensive end, pinched in there.
You know, I tell you what, talking about Zachbo Haydock, Woodland, they are poised to make some noise this year, Joe. I tell you what, they're coming in to week 3 undefeated, 2-0, and I really like what Coach Haydock is doing out there.
Loss of 1, second down and 11. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left side. Jarzab again out of the pistol, gives ground throws. He's got the quick slant open to the right. Little curl pattern was open to the 25. That'll be short of the first down.
Jarzab's pass complete to 83.
And that would be number 83 on the catch that time, Nonchef. We've talked a lot about him here in the second half. Doing a fine job. Again, he followed that ball right into the breadbasket, kept a hold of it, took a shot, and still set him up for a 3rd and short here.
Nonchef making a statement that maybe he deserves to move up on the receiver depth chart.
Put me in, Coach. I'm ready to go. That's like you said, Joe. That's what they're all saying right now.
Need 3 though on this 3rd down call coming up. Exactly 7 minutes. Time remaining. Clock is moving. Still 42-10. Jarzab trying to manage the clock. A little motion right to left by Gaston. They'll pitch the ball and looking for a hole. Left side, there's not much there. As a loss, will be back outside the 25 to the 26. Good penetration on the defensive right side coming across the line of scrimmage. Give a lot of credit. Kevin Good was there.
Yeah, DJ Manning trying to find a seam, trying to find a hole. Couldn't find really much of anything. Great pursuit, as you said, Joe, by the defense. And that's going to be a loss of, looks like maybe 1 or 2 back to the 25. And let's see. It looks like, is the punt team on here?
Nope, it'll be 4th down, and that 4-down yardage area for Coach D.
On the 25. Here we go.
No question about that. They've got to get to about the 21. As Jarzab wants to throw. Looks, throws the fade. He's got a man and missed him. Oh, that would have been a touchdown as they had a wide open receiver down in there, and that was intended for Sean Boswell. But Jarzab a little bit too much steam on that one.
Hey, Joe, he had steps. There was separation between Boswell, the corner, and the safety who was trying to come over in that cover 2 defense. And he had enough room, and unfortunately the ball was just overthrown.
Spartans will take over their own 25, but before that, let's go down and check in with Phil.
Guys, after the last long drive for a touchdown that Missouri Baptist went on, it's an understatement to say that co-coordinator, defensive coordinator Joey Ditter was not happy with his defense, and he was dealing, of course, with the 2nd and 3rd teamers. But he said, look, this game is very simple, guys. Do your job and tackle. And on the last drive, you did neither of those. And when you break it down like that, it is a simple game. And he said, I expect a different team out there on the next possession. And that was all he said. Back to you.
That's not the way to win hearts and minds when you fail on your ability to execute. Coaches have long memories, don't they?
That's right. They surely do. Yeah, you can be the greatest guy in the world. You can bake muffins for the coach. You can wash his car. It doesn't matter. If you don't execute, you're in trouble, brother. That's all there is to it.
You got to prove it every snap throughout the game on the field. Gain of 1. Now let's call it a gain of 2. Now we're down to 5.5 minutes time remaining. And I believe, do we have the new quarterback in there? Is that Jordan Norwine?
Looks like a different body, yes.
I believe it is Norwine dropping, and he's being pursued, spun around, and sacked.
There's some execution.
So the Cougars that time were coming and met him at the pass and got him for a sack that time. It was brought down. Yeah, I got to find my right
Number 94, Joe, Drew Durnell. That's the number I've got. Yeah, defensive tackle, sophomore, 6'3", 238. Came in great pursuit that time. Blew through his blocker, and a nice tackle for loss.
The lineup sheets also are kind of a challenge. They're not all on continuous pages. You've got to kind of fish through them to find where that's a loss.
I'm glad it's just not me. I thought it was just me. No, it's a problem.
3rd and 16. I'm glad it's opening night. We've got 9 days to get a little bit better and get the play charts out. Here we go, and Norwine looking to hand it off. Barton looking for some running room, and he's running into just a mound of blue-shirted, silver-helmeted Cougar defenders. They're going to say he got back close to the 20-yard line.
Corio Barton, the ball carrier.
But fourth down, and they'll have to kick the ball away with 4:19 remaining. And you know, not that the Cougars are trying to run the score up, but I think they would be happy to see one more score just from the standpoint of carryover. And with this particular unit, trying to develop some rhythm and some self-confidence that they can move the ball and put points on the board.
Well, that's exactly right, because in this game, as physical as it is, you never know when this second and third team is going to be called upon to perform in a very clutch situation. Let's get them reps. Let's get them not only reps, but successful reps.
Short kick. That's off the side of the foot near side. It hits at the 36 and out of bounds quickly, so St. Francis will have this opportunity well deep into Spartan territory with 3:44 on the clock.
Well, we talked about it, Joe, an opportunity to be successful. I don't know if it gets any better than this. 1st and 36 after a punt. So you're already in Spartan territory. A little icing on the cake here would be 7 more points. Let's see if they can pull it off.
They are going to mark that ball right at the 36-yard line.
36-yard line.
And Nick Ferrer will come in, and did he make a statement with a couple of touchdowns on about the last 90 seconds, or within about 90 seconds lead in that second quarter? He's got 2 protectors in on 1st and 10, waiting the snap out of the gun, hands it off on a sweep coming to left side, and there's some running room as a big fella rumbles to the left, and Haydock got the call, and he delivers as much punishment as he receives.
Yeah, the ball actually squirted out, unfortunately for Haydock, and I hope they rip him for this. Honestly, he had the ball in his right hand, running a sweep on the left side, so when he took a shot, the ball came squibbing out. And you know what? I know for a fact he knows better than that. I know for a fact his dad taught him when he was 3 years old, you don't do that.
Dad will have a little father-son talk tonight, too.
But it's fun seeing a guy
on the offense, 5 in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, previous spot, replay first down.
Cougars didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage. That's going to cost them 5.
It's fun seeing a guy that size run like that from the backfield, though, isn't it? You know, he reminds me from his stature of a very Maurice Jones-Drew type of, you know, again, shorter guy, a little thick, but has those thighs like Earl Campbell. You know, lots of power. Lots of power.
Sean, when you're 5'9", a DB, and you're about 160, 170 pounds, you're thinking, why me, Lord? Why tonight?
Right.
I could be anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
2 wide to the right. Penalty moves them back 5 yards. 1st and 15. Misdirection and looking for some running room off to the right side. And there's Haydock again. Or check it. It's Naus.
Yeah.
Naus, and he's got the first down as he carries it all the way inside the 25. Angles out of bounds somewhere around the 22. We'll see exactly where he stepped out.
I thought it was Haydock as well until I started seeing those moves, and I'm thinking there's no way that Haydock has those kind of moves. Naus does. He is a little thin, wiry guy like that, and really showed some great athleticism, finding some room with his feet.
Well, it's funny because when he was swinging the hips, I thought, well, that's got to be Haydock because of some size, but you're right. He only goes 167. But he's got a first down with 2:52 remaining. They'll keep the 2 protectors in either side of Ferrer. 2 wide to the left side on the wideouts. They want to run the ball again on a sweep, and they'll cut to the tackle spot.
Yeah.
And Haydock takes it inside the 20, got another yard to the 19.
Zach Haydock, the ball carrier.
Coming
again,
down the final.
Power to the right side.
Final 2.5 minutes coming up with this ball game.
Clock could become an issue here.
Let's call it 2nd down and 7.
McMahon.
Shotgun formation once again. They've basically been running the ball the last 2 snaps out of this set. They'll run the ball again. Counter runs, got some daylight. Cut to the 10 and down inside to the 11-yard line that time with a run by DJ Manning. He was very close to scoring.
His shoestrings again were too long, as that's the only way he was tripped up near the 5-yard line. I love the explosive speed that Manning showed as soon as he hit that line of scrimmage.
Well, the clock started in a hurry. They marked it ready for play. It's 1st and goal from the 6. As Ferrer has already counted for 2 touchdowns tonight, would love to get a 3rd. Will he run or pass? Out of the gun. This time they want to run it again. They'll hand it off, and a little stutter step by the running back that time. Naus got to the 5. And maybe another yard. Let's see.
Not much more than that. It's going to bring up a 2nd and goal from, let's say, the 5. And, yeah, we're under 2 minutes to go now, Joe.
They moving that ball back? No, it's just nose of the football 4. Inside the 5, officially at the 4. So 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Thought they were moving back upfield for a moment.
It looked bizarre. Yeah.
Too wide to the left. Ferreira this time with one running back. He sets up out of the pistol position. They still want to run the ball. Nice cut to the right side. And Manning, I'll tell you what, he had a chance. DJ Manning trying to make a move. He had defender one-on-one, but a good knifing tackle that time to slice him down short of the goal line.
Yeah, that's Daniel Foster out there, number 8 for Missouri Baptist, doing a nice job just shedding off his block, knifing in and cutting him out.
Into the final minute of this ball game, final 44 seconds. Will St. Francis get that last hurrah with points on the board?
See if they pull off a play-action throw here.
3rd down and goal from the 5, so they actually lost a yard there, and they want to run the ball again. Here's a cut to the left side. And and I think that is it, as Coach Donnelly is already coming out onto the field, and it is going to go into the books as a 42-10 St. Francis victory. So a lot of points and some good news. 28 points second quarter, and some mistakes to work on certainly, but the positive result was a 42-10 victory for St. Francis, and back home here again,
your University of St. Francis Cougars 42.
That marks the 16th consecutive season home opener won by the St. Francis Cougars.
Midwest America Federal Credit Union.
Kevin Donnelly on the field, the teams exchanging handshakes. Judge Phil Hawk will be joining us shortly to check in with the coach.
Federal Credit Union and Wells Fargo Insurance Service.
And let's go down and check in as soon as we have a chance with the judge.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Coach, congratulations. Expectations coming into this game, and did you meet them?
Well, yeah, I knew there were going to be some typical first game mistakes. We did. We put the ball on the ground a couple times. Should have had a couple more first quarter scores. But, you know, we're going to be a good football team.
You've got some new responsibilities on game day. Talk about your new focus on the defense.
No.
Okay. I deserve that. I had that coming. 10 days until William Penn. Are you guys going to get any time off?
We will let the players have off Saturday, and then we are going to start tomorrow, review films from today, and then we'll have off on Saturday. I'm going to go talk to
All right, thanks, Coach. Congratulations. Some things never change, guys. 16, 17 years now I've known the guy, and you can tell we still love each other. Back to you.
Tell you what, when he doesn't want to answer a question, he lets you know.
Oh, yeah.
42-10, the final here at Darcy Stadium. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with our post-game show, and Phil will be down on the field talking with some of the players, perhaps talking to young Mr. Ferrer. Nick Ferrer had a nice job passing for a couple of touchdowns, and we'll stick around and tune in and talk to some of the other players that had an impact on this 42-10 victory. When we come back, and we'll tell you all about it. This is Cougar Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Hi, welcome to the Happy Car Store, Glenbrook Hyundai.
Okay, no spots in the post game, so once you run the post game open, we'll take a look at scoring, maybe some stats, some interviews with Phil, and we'll wrap it up.
Excuse me. So, Molly, I think it's really
sounds like a plan.
Okay, buddy.
What?
How much for the Elantra?
Oh, lease new 2014 Elantra SEs from just $99 a month.
How about the Sonata?
Lease new 2014
Man, I gotta go to work
SEs
tomorrow.
from just $119 a month during the Sonata Premier event.
Okay, I'll take the Elantra. $99. But I need Bluetooth and satellite radio.
You got it. And all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Insurance
And let's
Connected Care,
see,
America's
tomorrow's
best
Friday.
warranty,
That
10
means
years,
the gear goes
100,000
with me.
mile powertrain.
Oh, that's great.
But Glenbrook Hyundai doubles it. 20 years and 200,000
I'll help you.
miles.
Okay, I'd appreciate
So we all
it.
set here, honey?
See ya.
Brand new Hyundais,
Friends like you.
Glenbrook Hyundai, Coldwater Road.
Get the window, will you?
HappyCarStore.com or call 1-800-HYUNDAI. That's 1-800-HYUNDAI.
Don't worry, drive happy.
Now, with analysis of the game, what went right and what needs some work, let's go back to the stadium with the voice of the Cougars, Joe Parson of the Redeemer Radio Sports Team.
Well, when you win a football game by some 32 points, you win it 42-10. Obviously, a lot of positive to talk about. But you know, when you look back and reflect, Sean McBride, on the outcome, it started a little bit dicey. Cougars moved the ball very well early on, but they lost it on fumbles, 2 potential scores, and had only 7 points in the first quarter, lead at 7-0. But a big second quarter. They put 28 big ones on the board, then got a chance to look at a lot of folks in the depth chart, and it just had one second half touchdown. That came in the third quarter, actually got shut out in the fourth quarter. But a solid effort on opening night, and you know, some good things to build upon, and certainly some things to correct over the 9 days before they play again.
Yeah, I tell you what, Joe, I think we came into this game with some preconceived notions or expectations, if you will, especially about Missouri Baptist, as they got waxed last week, obviously 77-0. So we thought, okay, well, here's a young squad, a young team with no real experience, and you know, true freshmen all around. So we're just going to blow the doors off. And then so to start slow, that was really a very different expectation than what we had.
Phil Hawk is with us. The judge is down on the field. Let's go down and tune in with him.
Thanks a lot, Joe. I'm here with Cam Smith, junior wide receiver out of Bishop DeWinger High School. Cam, you're one of the team leaders now, so you know, expectations. This is your third team. Expectations coming into the ball game, and did you meet them?
Yeah, I think we met expectations. We just really want to come out and make sure we got an identity. You know, we've been practicing with ourselves for 3 to 4 weeks now. We were excited to play somebody else. Everyone flew around. Offense did really well, so I was excited how we did today.
4 catches for you in the first half, but I think you had 99 yards. Just one short, but then you had the one big one from the freshman, and he was pretty excited about that play, Ferrer. And just talk about what that play, describe it for us.
It was big. We needed a score before half. I was glad Nick got in there and threw the ball well. You know, he fit it in a real tight window, so I was excited when I caught the ball, and you know, it was to the races after that. So that was huge for our offense.
Phil, it was 3rd and 18 on that call.
And it was 3rd and 18 on that call, as Joe just points out to us. So it was a big play. We 10 days until William Penn now. What time is class tomorrow, and do you get any time off?
Luckily for me, no class tomorrow, but for most of these guys, they got 9 a.m.s and stuff like that, so they got to get to bed early. So good luck with that, I guess.
Hey, Phil, tell him if he comes out to DeWinger tomorrow, I'll buy him some popcorn. How's that?
And Sean McBride says if you come out to DeWinger tomorrow night, he's going to buy you some popcorn.
Oh, good deal, good deal.
All right, thanks a lot, Sean. And thank you, Cam. Congratulations on a big game. Back to you.
Phil, we'll come back to you here shortly. We'll tell everybody, as we mentioned, 7-0 Cougars at the end of the first quarter. Brad Jarzab had the touchdown run from 5 yards out. 28 points. In fact, the Cougars would run out to a 21-0 lead before Richard got him on the board for the Spartans with a 30-yard field goal. But between that, Seth Stewart with a 1-yard touchdown run and a nice play. I'll tell you what, the second quarter might have been a statement period for Antoine Campbell, as he had a fumble early on, but had a great run, and finally culminated with a touchdown run of 10 yards at the 7:27 mark. That did make it a 21-0 ball game after Nix added the extra point. Ferrer, though, with some highlight moments of his own. The freshman quarterback, 6'4", 2 touchdowns, 1:17 to go until halftime on 3rd and 18. Hooked up with Smith. We just talked about that. The 67-yard jaunt to make it 28-3, and they weren't done, as 20-yard touchdown pass Ferrer to Hakeem Kelsaw, and that was a little bit in doubt because they went up and battled for the ball, but Kelsaw kept possession, and with 27 seconds remaining until halftime, they had a 35-3 lead. Let's go back down and check in with the judge.
Stephen Kiermaier, junior inside linebacker. Talk about your Cougar experience here tonight.
It was a great experience. I mean, nice being back on the field, hit someone other than our own teammates, and everyone's flying around having fun tonight, so it was great.
All right, expectations coming in this game. I mean, you guys you read the newspapers. You knew that you were playing a first-year program who didn't have a lot of success last week. How did that affect your preparations, or did it affect your preparations?
I mean, we didn't want to take a light on them. I mean, they played a D1 team last week, and they got beat, but I mean, it was their first time playing, and we didn't want to take a light, and came prepared like it was any opponent.
Well, figuring that 60 of those players that you're facing tonight on that team were freshmen, Don't you think in a couple of years they might be a formidable team? It looked like they were very athletic.
Yeah, I think they definitely have a lot of potential. I mean, they're young, and they put a couple drives together, so I think with time they're going to be a real good team.
Well, hey, congratulations on that for tonight, Stephen. And what time is class tomorrow?
12 o'clock.
12, so you'll be able to stay out a little bit tonight. Congratulations. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
Phil Hauck working with us tonight on the sidelines. You know, he was talking to Cam Smith earlier, and he said, I've got no classes tomorrow. Seniors do that. They know how to manage and get that Friday off, making that 3-day weekend.
Yeah, it's not their first rodeo. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Cougars had just one score in the second half. That came in the third quarter, 11:57 on a 2-yard run by Aaron Harris. They were done for the night. They led it 42-3. J.P. Lowry got them on the board with about 11 minutes remaining in the ball game on a 2-yard jaunt. And that would be the final score of the ball game at 42-10. Sean, you might take a look at some of the numbers if you have them. I don't think you have them, but Phil's got something. Let's go down to him.
Okay.
Thanks, Joe. I'm catching this guy. He has no idea I'm about to come and interview him on the radio, but Antoine Campbell, it's got to be great to be back after rehabbing from that injury. And how'd you feel tonight?
I feel good. I feel like I'm my old self, feeling 100%.
Well, that sounds pretty good. And you had some good runs out there. First quarter, our offense was not quite in sync, and maybe you were part of that not being quite in sync. Talk about that, and then talk about how the freight train got going in the second quarter.
Just first game jitters, some things we got to work out. It's a lot different than playing in practice against your guys. You see the same thing every day, but it's different when you get out here. And I think mistakes happen. We just got to work through them, but once we get the train rolling, we're going to be a pretty good offense.
It seems like we've got more guys who can carry the ball now. I mean, I know you're a running back. I know you want the ball every single time, but don't you think for the team that's long-term going to make us even better?
Yeah, long-term we want to have a lot of guys who can get the job done, so we're not wearing anybody out. I think we're going to be all right.
And what time is class tomorrow morning?
No class for me.
All right, another guy who planned his schedule right. Thanks a lot for being on the show, Antoine. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Phil Hauck. Again, you can tell the veterans.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, that's going to wrap it up here tonight. As we mentioned, a good start for St. Francis. Obviously now ranked number 6 in the preseason. They go to 1-0. Missouri Baptist, their inaugural season, not unexpectedly 0-2. And they'll have some time before they play on September the 13th. They'll go on the road at Oklahoma Baptist. They'll not have their home opener until September 20th. They'll take on William Penn, and that's no walk in the park. As we mentioned earlier, they play 8 of their 11 games away in their first year of college football. Interesting. We look back to '98. St. Francis only won 2 games that inaugural year, but both came on the road. They did not win at home on any of their home games.
Yeah, the young programs get the short stick, if you will, Joe, as far as that goes. And again, speaking of young programs, just the final note here. This program, it is up and coming. They will get better, obviously, by this end of the season. But as these players turn from freshmen and sophomore into veterans, we talked a lot about the difference of veterans. This is going to be a quality squad. There's quality leadership on this team. They're not going to make red zone mistakes like they did tonight. They're not going to have the ball at the 1-yard line twice and only end up with 3 points. They're going to fix a lot of those young rookie player errors. And they're going to be a quality squad.
Got to execute. You got to finish, and that'll be. They always say the biggest improvement from week 1 to week 2. So St. Francis, and by the way, week 2 is not pleasant because on September the 13th, it'll be William Penn University. The Statesmen had a big win, and they played last week, and their forte is running the football. So they'll come in here and they'll just try to play smash mouth.
Yeah.
And but the impressions, Sean, that you had on this opening night, I think St. Francis. The other thing too is the veterans. They know that there's somebody pushing them too, so they're not going to get complacent. They know that somebody's going to be, really kind of positioning for some playing time.
Well, and that's precisely right. And competition just makes you better. That's all there is to it. When you want to get better, you play someone better than you. And again, these young pups are out here to make a statement. Hey, I'm just as good. Put me in, coach. Look, let me prove it. And as a squad, if you love your team, you love to see young players like that. You want them to show up. You want them to do the best. So it's a great thing. But official takeaways from this game, I think Coach Donnelly talked about it. We knew we were going to make some mistakes. This is the first game of the season, opening on Thursday night. Under the lights, so there's some additional hype. These are kids, But all in all, really a quality win from St. Francis here. And we talked about it looking at the numbers previously. A great balanced attack by St. Francis. And it looks like we've got some hot off the press numbers here.
The big one, 545 total yards of offense tonight. They had, what, 345, 395 at halftime. So they kind of took the foot off the pedal a little bit at intermission, getting a lot of those other numbers in, and finished 9 of 12 on third down conversions. Some of the individual, the numbers, Campbell had 96 yards at halftime and didn't really see much, if any, minutes in the second half. But Harris played well, 54 yards, a touchdown. Jarzab ran for a touchdown. Campbell had one tonight. Hunsucker's numbers, he didn't play much in the second half. He was 11 of 21 through the air for 113 yards. No touchdowns, no sacks. Nick Ferrer, 4 of 8 for 99 yards, couple of touchdowns. He was sacked one time.
I love it too much. That's fantastic.
How about your boy? Your boy Cam Smith, 4 catches, 94 yards, and a touchdown, the big one on the 67-yard play.
Right when they needed it. Yep.
So good night for the Cougars. Guys, great to have you with us. Sean McBride, we'll have you again home. Whenever we can get this guy, he's busy following his son A.J. Houck down at DePaul University. But the Cougars will come back home on the 13th and try to get ready for William Penn. Hope you can be with us. Come out and join us live if you can. Kickoff is at 12 noon. Our pregame, if you can't, will join us on Redeemer Radio at 11:45. Special thanks to the gang back in the studio. Robert Scora, our studio producer here tonight, he had some help. And until the 13th of September, my name's Joe Parsons. So long, everybody. 42-10, the Cougars win. Thanks so very much for listening.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.